headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Coming to you live from Helling Stadium for WPIAL High School Football on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, as tonight the Elwood City Wolverines host the Mohawk Warriors Week 5, Game 6 in the Midwestern Athletic Conference. Tonight's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, by Luxembourg Garbett, Kelly and George, by MVP Insurance, by The Red Zone, by Castle Asphalt, by Medora Bonner Law, by Washington Center Physical Therapy, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by Health and Motion Physical Therapy, by 96 Shine Company, by Pontius Insurance, by Joseph's Marketplace, by Gem Builders Incorporated, by Works in Progress Paint Services, by Doran Concrete, by BMF Tax and Financial, by the City Rescue Mission, by the Tri-County Principals Association, by the Mohawk Area Education Association, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Alongside Tim Continenza, I'm James Dotson. Glad to bring you coverage here from Elwood City, the home of the Wolverines. And I'll tell you what, Tim, home sweet home. First off, the turf, brand new last year, absolutely gorgeous. And because of the construction that ended up going late into the football season, great agreements from Elwood City and the opponents. They played almost all away games last year. 8 of the 10 games this year are at home for Lincoln High, Elwood City. And that's it's an absolutely huge advantage. 8 of your 10 games are at home, including, the first 7 of the year. Need to take care of business at home, and this is a big one, coming in 1-1 in the conference, Mohawk at 2-0. Essentially winner of today's game right there, battling first, second place in the MAC conference.
Yeah, it's one of those games that you kind of circle on your calendar as the season progresses, as Mohawk coming in at 4-1, 2-0 in the MAC, and, of course, Elwood City 1-1 in the MAC. And they're obviously looking to hold home turf, as you just mentioned, brand new turf, and they got to win these home games. They got a bunch of them this year. If they can win their home games, they're going to be very difficult in the conference.
If you like high-scoring affairs, you're going to have a dandy here tonight, because these two teams, they've played now in 14 of the last 16 years. This will be the 14th meeting. In the previous 13 meetings since 2008, the teams have combined for 40-plus points in 11 of those 13 matchups, Tim. That's just incredible, lighting up the scoreboard, and we'll talk about it more in a moment, but doing it in 2 different ways especially.
Yeah, and that's the key, is to do it in multiple ways, but anytime you can put points on the scoreboard, you're excited about the opportunity to play the game and give your team an opportunity to win.
Let's step aside and give a chance for the Lincoln High Marching Blue Band with their pregame show.
The Blue Band is under the field direction of drum majors Lila Fox and Cassie Steen. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem the Star Spangled Banner, followed by the Lincoln High School alma mater.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN. The Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band under the direction of Lee Caldwell Jr., their drum majors Lila Fox and Cassie Steen still out there serenading us here on our Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show. When your doctor orders physical therapy, tell them you have a choice in where to go. Choose Washington Center Physical Therapy for all of your physical therapy needs. Visit them online at WashingtonCenterPT.com. Washington Center Physical Therapy. Proud sponsors of our pregame show. Again, Mohawk at 4-1 overall. Elwood City at 3-2. Mohawk at the top of the MAC Conference with Neshannock at 2-0. Elwood City in a 4-way draw with Beaver Falls Freedom and Western Beaver at 1-1 in the conference. But when you look at what the teams have been so far this year across the MAC Conference, what more can you say than the Mohawk team that's averaging just shy of 40 points per game this year, Tim?
They're just one of the most fun teams we're going to find, not just in Lawrence County, but in the WPIAL at any level. There's so many good athletes, and they put them all in great positions to succeed. And it starts with the quarterback in Jay Rona. I mean, here we are, we're midway part of the season, and he already has 20 touchdown passes.
Plus another one rushing. How about this? The record for Mohawk for single season total touchdowns, 23. He might break that tonight, and we just hit the midway point of the season.
Exactly. I mean, it's phenomenal. And then you look at the players that he has there, or I should say the athletes that he gets to play with each week and throw the ball to and run. You get, Bobby Fadden, you get Dante Retort, Justin Boston, and Justin running the ball, rushed over 400 yards this season. So it's not just on the arm of Jay Rona. They've done everything, and that's the key. And it's kind of a bend don't break weak defense at times, but they've been successful.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that Mohawk defense because they're going to have their own challenge ahead of them. But let's talk about Elwood defense having to stop Jay Rona and that just such huge numbers in terms of, there are 4 or 5 players who are averaging 15 yards per catch for this Mohawk team, and it's not like they all have like 2 or 3 catches. It's Bobby Fadden leading the way with his receiving numbers, absolutely huge.
23 receptions on the year, 448 yards.
Yeah, but then you got Retort in there as well with Boston, Logan, each with 9 catches on the year. So you got all these weapons to go for, and if you're Mohawk, you're licking your chops because you look at what Western Beaver did last week against this team. A freshman quarterback put up 330-plus yards against Elwood City's defense.
Yeah, and it's going to be, I think, like you mentioned, a high-scoring game, an opportunity, to get some of these athletes in spaces. That's going to be the key for Elwood City. Can they eliminate the spaces and not allow, Rona to pick them apart where he can go over the middle, he can go to the side, and the thing about Rona is so impressive, and you've seen this, James, more than anybody, is his ability to throw it on a dime. I mean, he just lays it in there. He is one of the most accurate quarterbacks I've seen in a long time on any given size pass. If it's a 20-yard out or if it's a 20-yard down the middle, he finds down the seams. He finds the open receiver and delivers it to on the numbers. And that, to me, has been really the most impressive part and the reason why this offense has been so explosive.
It really has been, and he can run it when he needs to. He hasn't done it very much, basically because he hasn't needed to. But to go along with what you're saying about percentages, 60% throwing the football doesn't sound great, but that's also a lot of throws late in that Union game that ended up being off target that kind of lowered that number. And just look at what he did last year against this Elwood City team, where he ends up going 13 of 18. Last week, I think it was 15 of 18 against New Brighton. He is extremely efficient in throwing the ball and not focusing in, even on his cousin Jay Rona, definitely the top target, but he's not like he's focused in on number 3 every time.
No, and that's the key. He's able to spread the ball around, and they can mix in the run. We've talked about that before. Justin Boston is an excellent athlete. 66 rushes, over 400 yards, averaging over 6 yards per rush. You look at the different people they can use at that facility. I mean, they got over 700 yards basically rushing this year. That's not bad. And when you look at this midway part of the season and you go with the throwing game, the passing game that they have, it's impressive. Bobby Fadden has scored 9 touchdowns this year. I mean, that's impressive. Dante Retort has 4 touchdowns. And he has 2 pointers. So, I mean, these are the points that matter when you look at what they can do on the season. And, of course, they got the kicker and Josh Wilkins. I mean, just phenomenal leg, really accurate. We've seen one that he missed that looked like it made it. I think it just went over the top of too high, actually. I think the officials just couldn't see it underneath. They didn't know what to call, so they called it no good that day. But from my vantage point, it looked pretty good.
And real quick, and then we'll take a time out here and flip the script, talk about Elwood City a bit. But some records might fall tonight. So I mentioned 21 touchdowns. 23 is the record for total touchdowns. That's what Rona has already. How about this? The career receiving touchdown mark 18 by Ryan Arena. Right now, Fadden has 16. The single-season record mark is tied with Arena and Nate McCutcheon, that is Coach Tim McCutcheon's son, with 10. 1 touchdown tonight for Rona through the air, and he ties that record too, and he has it outright. And by the way, there's still 4 regular season games left to go, so we're going to see.
He's going to smash the records. It's just a matter of where the numbers end.
And that's going to be, well, they're hoping for Mohawk a long time from now with a run through the playoffs, but it begins with a huge one here tonight on the road at Elwood City. We'll talk about Lincoln High, the Wolverines, when we return on our Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show here at lcsportsnet.com.
After 2 shoulder surgeries, my doctor wanted me to go to his physical therapy, which was out of town, and I chose Washington Center Physical Therapy.
The availability is absolutely amazing. When we call to get an athlete in, we get them in the exact same day.
I see many patients preoperatively for orthopedic surgeries.
Those patients who use Washington Center have the best outcomes.
The bottom line is Washington Center Physical Therapy is your best choice for physical therapy.
Call us at Washington Center Physical Therapy, serving the community for over 20 years.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Madure and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Let Norm Gabriel and the staff at Washington Center Physical Therapy get you back on your feet. Centrally located in downtown Newcastle. Visit them online, WashingtonCentrept.com, to schedule your appointment. Let's take a look at the home team tonight. The home team most of the year. Coach Dan Bradley's Elwood City Wolverines 1-1 after their loss last week, 41-18, the final score against Western Beaver. A game, though, well, it's a similar script week in and week out for Elwood City. It all begins with EPM, Elijah Palmer McCain. Put it this way, week 1, game 2 against Union, 24 carries. That's the fewest carries he's had on the year. 25, 24, 28, 27, and 38 carries last week for 216 yards and a pair of scores. He is the WPIAL leader in rushing yards on the year, Tim. He's got a 1-yard advantage over one player and I think a 3-yard advantage over another, but he is the leader, and for good reason. This junior has been absolutely fabulous. He's over 2,000 career yards. That's he went over that
I got to
last
watch
week.
him last year. He is a really treat to watch. Anytime, obviously they know, feature him. Feed him the rock. Let him do his job. Let him get into the line. Let him get outside. Let's see what he can do. Find a way to get the ball in Elijah's hand, and good things can happen. So the challenge will be for Mohawk to really limit him and take that away from their offense. If they do that, they're going to have an interesting game here tonight. But it's going to be difficult. No one's done it yet this year, and it is going to be a difficult challenge here for the Warriors, facing a back that has just been a warhorse. I mean, you look what he's done, 142 attempts, 780 yards on the season, 5.5 yards per carry. I mean, really, when you think about it, when you go into a game like this, if you can eliminate 2 yards per carry on him, that would be huge. Yeah, he still could probably get a first down on every third carry, but you want to make them in those second and third and long situations instead of second and 5s.
Now, when you look at the Mohawk defense, they gave up 40 points to Union in that opening game thriller on Saturday night. Since then, 8, 6, 0, and 6. The defense has definitely improved big time from that first game. If there is an Achilles heel, though, we saw it in the Laurel game, Tim, where Laurel was able to go on a couple of long, sustained drives using mainly the running game. And basically, Ben Hennon from Laurel is the only pure back, I think, that you've really seen Mohawk face so far this year. And they're going to get a whole nother atmosphere with it with Elijah Palmer McCain.
Yeah, Elijah's, this, like I said, another level type player in this conference and as a running back. So, Mohawk, as I mentioned, the key here is going to try to stop him on first down. If you stop him on first down and put him in long situations, then you can key on him on second down and see what happens. Try to force him into throwing downs, which they're not really comfortable doing. They can throw the ball. It's just not necessarily what they want to do. They want to control the game and run the ball.
And one thing that has been a huge difference this year, though, you mentioned that passing game. Chris Smiley, his second year back as a starter. Actually, he started a good number of games as a freshman, too. But the main thing with him last year was just turnovers. And a lot of it was, later in the game, having to force a couple of passes in that, obviously you wouldn't do earlier in the game, led to a higher turnover number. But that was definitely the thing that Coach Bradley talked about most in our conversations in the offseason, limiting those turnovers. And I'll tell you what, he's had a fantastic start, has Smiley. 7 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. He also has 4 rushing touchdowns on the year. How about this? Through the first 4 games, he had a rushing and passing touchdown in each of those games, showing off that he can use the legs, again, when you need to. But more importantly than anything, not getting into those, throw them up and hope something happens. He's been real smart and efficient with the football so far this year.
And that's got to give credit to the coaching staff, putting him in situations where he can succeed and not put him in a situation where you're asking him to do more than what he can do. I mean, that is one of the key to coaching is put your players in the best position possible to succeed. And, shorten the field a little bit for him is probably a great idea. Get the ball out of his hands a little bit faster than what he was trying to do a few times last year. As you mentioned, younger player, they make mistakes. He's learned from them. He's moved on. And, it's going to be a big challenge here tonight against this Warriors defense. And, you flip the side on the defensive side. What they're going to need to do is, like I said, take Elijah rush game away from him, maybe limit him half of what he normally does, and force the the Elwood City into passing downs and see if Smiley can beat you.
And one thing he has, though, is a fantastic weapon on the outside. How about 5 touchdown passes or receptions in 5 games for the big, tall receiver in Michael Walters? Believe it or not, that's the most receiving touchdowns in a single season for Elwood City in over a decade. And again, we're only halfway through the year. But again, if you try to crowd the box and stack it up against Elijah Palmer McCain, guess what? That's when you can go and maybe throw a jump ball again with somebody who is listed at 6'6". But he's got a couple other receivers, too, who has been working it really well, especially Curry.
Yeah, and I think that's the key is, he has his Batman and Robin type style in a sense. You have 2 receivers that he can go to, and that's really key. If you take one away, there's the other. You're not going to be able to take them both away. You're not going to be able to take all 3 in McCain, Walters and Curry away. So you got to pick your poison if you're the Mohawks defense and figure out how you want to do it. But I think key is first down. You got to eliminate, or I should say key for Elwood City is you want to get 4 to 6 yards on first down and put yourself in really manageable situations throughout this ball game.
Well, since you just alluded to it, Tim, let's take a look at our official keys to the game here today. Brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services, and now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial properties. So here's some of the keys that we came up with. We'll let Tim break this one down. We'll start with Elwood City because we're talking about them right now. The heavy dose of Tylenol PM. Elijah Palmer McCain, we know that's going to be happening. All smiles and no turnovers, so we alluded to that about Mr. Smiley there not giving up the ball too much. And in the end, you kind of alluded to it, especially on first down. Give him helling here at Helling Stadium.
Exactly. I mean, that's the key. I think tonight's game, for both sides of the ball, we're going to talk about first down a lot and what team is able to control the line of scrimmage and make the plays that puts them in successful opportunities on second and third down. And especially if you're Elwood City, you want those long drives. So you have to be successful on first down. On
the other side for Mohawk, let's start with shipping up to Boston. Talk about how important Justin Boston is to this offense. I mean, we talk about all the receivers. I look back to the Laurel game where he had 200 total yards of offense in that game, both catching it and running it.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what Justin Boston can do for you, it's just he brings so much to your backfield, and you can split them out, you can put them out, you can really use them as a decoy at times, and try to get the ball to Dante Retort or get it to Bobby Fadden, and that's going to be really key. I mean, Fadden's had a great season this year, so catching the ball, but Boston is really the key. He brings the running game to this Mohawk to even out that yin and yang situation for that offense.
1 receiver, 2 receiver, 3 receiver, but our final key is 4, F-O-R-E, as in the 2 golfers that were in the WPIAL Championship. You mentioned both of them. One in Josh Wilkins did not make the cut, so he will not be in the final round on Monday, but the 4-sport athlete, Jay Rona, will be. He's right in mid-pack of the players who are left remaining.
Yeah, I got a chance to watch him golf last year. It was a lot of fun, and you know what type of athlete Jay is. Yeah. And as you mentioned, 4 sports, and to be able to be successful on the golf course and be the starting quarterback is next level. It truly is, because you're doing different things. not only are you reading a defense and making plays with your arm, when you're repeating your swing each and every time and you're going underneath, when you're making a swing versus going on top when throwing a football, it's really impressive what Jay has done throughout his career here at Mohawk, and it's been a pleasure watching him grow and succeed on all the different the fields, golf courses, courts.
A 1,000-point scorer, 3-year starter at shortstop for the Mohawk baseball team, and obviously now his second year as a starter on the football team. You just saw the Mohawk team enter the field. Now here come the Wolverines out onto the field as well as we get ready for tonight's contest. Thanks again to our friends at Washington Center Physical Therapy. While we have a moment, Tim, as we're getting ready for kickoff, remind you that you have till tomorrow night to submit nominations, if you have not already, for our first ever LCAP Team of the Month, as well as our LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. And obviously, Jay Rona, what he's done on the football field and on the golf course has to be a big nomination. We're just looking for nominations. We'll then get our crew together, our fantastic crew, and come up with who is the first victors, our male, our female athlete, and the team of the month to start the year. We have lots of great nominations coming in. We want to make sure we get more of them coming.
Oh, yeah, the more nominations, the better. Make it difficult on us. Don't give us just 3 or 4 to choose from. Give us about 8 to 10, maybe 12, and make us go through each and every player and team and talk about what they have achieved in this first month of the season. It's going to be a fun season here to watch the rest of the way and each month with our new awards.
Michael Walters, Luch Gagrich, as well as Ryder Grinnan and Tristan Reynolds, the captains for the, I almost said the Michigan Wolverines with that true Wolverine helmet there. On the other side for Mohawk, looks like they have out there is A.J. Verdi, as well as their senior offensive lineman. I see Alex Chapman and Brian Birchfield out there as well for the Mohawk Warriors, who have won the toss and elected to receive. The final player out there is number 9, Dante Retort, for the Mohawk Warriors. Let's take a look real quick at our Door and Concrete starting lineups. Don't let just anybody lay the foundation for your home or business. Here's who's laying the foundation for the Mohawk Warriors offense. Mentioned Jay Rona, 1,115 yards, 20 touchdowns, just 4 picks on the season. Justin Boston in the backfield. You'll see A.J. Verdi as a fullback tight end at times. We also see the freshman Cash Stratton in the backfield over the course of the day. The 3 receivers, Bobby Fadden, Dante Retort, Blake Logan. You'll see a little Joey Nail in there as well. And then the offensive line from left to right, Alex Chapman, Scooter McPherson, Jack Mays, Dylan Sumney, and Brian Birchfield. The question we're going to have to see for Elwood City, Tim, is do they go in their base 4-3 set? Do they try to put an extra linebacker out there or an extra defensive back to try to deal with these 3 receiver sets? That's what's going to be most fun to watch for the Wolverine defense.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. There's no question about it. This Mohawk offense is very, very talented, and they're going to get the ball first. And we'll see how they react. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight from Elwood City.
Walters will boot it away for Elwood City. The deep men, Fadden and Retort standing at about their own 20-yard line, so not expecting a deep kick coming here from Walters as we're ready for a huge matchup. And it is a little short squib kick. It's going to get bounced and taken on the run by the freshman Cash Stratton, and he is hit immediately there in the middle of the field by Richard Curtin, another freshman on the hit. Let's take a look at the Elwood City defense real quick. Caden Daccio, Evan Tweddle, and Michael Walters on the defensive line. You'll see Perry Dubois in there as well. The linebackers are Declan Gray, Luch Gagrich, Declan O'Brien, Ethan Patterson. And in the secondary, Daylon Curry and Richard Curtin are the cornerbacks, with Dominic Hogue and Palmer McCain as the safeties. And all of a sudden, or not all of a sudden, already we have a delay as the tee was left out there on the field.
Yeah. He didn't train someone very well there. Yeah, he got it now.
Those are your Door and Concrete starting lineups. Visit doorandconcrete.com for your free estimate today. Other game we got going on tonight on the network. Laurel traveling to Rochester in Class 1A's Big 7 Conference. We'll get you some updates as we can on that one. Neshannock in the MAC is at New Brighton. 2 receivers each way in the pistol. Looking to throw immediately is Rona near side. High, reaching for it, making the catch. is number 5, Blake Logan. And you can see the threat of the deep ball and just an easy pitch and catch. Check with me at the line and pick up 7-8 yards.
Yeah, and they got actually close to 8 on that, maybe almost 9 when you really look at where they put the sticks. And it is just like you said, a nice little out. Just get it out to Logan and make him make the catch and get out of bounds.
10th catch of the season for Logan. So 3 different receivers now with double-digit receptions on the year for the Warriors. Second down on a short 2. First carry here for Boston, and it's not going anywhere because big 73, Evan Tweddle, comes right through the middle. And there's been times where Mohawk has struggled with the run game. I think this first drive important to establish the run, Tim.
Yeah, it really is. If anything, you want to line up here and play what I call football. You just want to line up and hit somebody and move them off the line. Now, they play primarily, you don't see run underneath the center too much, but that's something I would love to see them to add to their offense just for a different look. And he's such a big guy, he can run the ball on a quarterback sneak in these situations.
We have seen it a couple times near the goal line, but yeah, they do go trying with the hard count. Good job by the D-line to hold set, and then a throw over the middle is caught by Boston for the first down, and fighting forward across midfield down close to the 40-yard line.
I think it was A.J. Verdi.
You're right. Correct that. 20, not 24. Verdi coming from the H-back position.
Yeah, Verdi just walked right into the middle where the linebackers were coming, leaving their position to rush on Rhoda. He was right there, and Rhoda found him open and just delivered the ball, and now they got the ball on the other side of the 50.
And a big third down conversion to start this game. A 13-yard pickup from Rona to Verdi. You talked about first downs, Tim. Third downs definitely important. That's a big one right off the bat on the opening drive here for the Warriors. Rona in the gun, has Boston to his left. Fake the end around and up the middle. Some room this time, but it's closed up quickly up the middle by Declan O'Brien after just a 1 or 2 yard pickup.
You gotta really sell out to the run game. You gotta make a commitment to it, and that's what they're trying to do. They've given the ball to Boston a couple times here in the first 4 plays. They just really got to continue to do that just to keep them honest, keep the linebackers moving up, because the more they move up, the more the defensive backfield was going to be open there for Rona to go deep.
Second down and 9 as they give just a 1 yard pickup there on first down. Another handoff up the middle, a little more room, fighting across the 40 and then stood up down at the 39-yard line before he's finally tackled. 3 yard pickup. This will make it third and very manageable. This would be probably just out of Josh Wilkins' range. Uncle Jeff maybe could have done it.
Yeah, 57, 56-yarder in high school is impressive no matter what you try.
Right.
But, yeah, I think the idea here is to pick up a few more yards, get that first down, and keep Mr. Wilkins on the sidelines a little bit longer.
Third down and 6 officially. 9.5 minutes remaining. Rona, 3-step drop, goes to the far sideline. Beautiful pitch and catch to Logan. That ball was thrown before he came out of his break. And again, the Mohawk Warriors move the chains.
Practice coming in each and every day, knowing what your players are going to do. You know the call. You know how good Logan will run the route, and you just lay it out there. He turns around, and there's the ball coming right towards him. All he has to do is make the catch, get out of bounds, like he did on the other side of the field. This time he did it on the far side, picks up the first down.
Didn't get a chance to ask. He was introduced as J. Michael Rona very consistently throughout the course of the homecoming or senior night festivities when we were out there in Bessemer. Never got a chance to really ask about his true preference. He turns and hands it off to Boston this time. Big room on the left side, but this one's coming back as the Hankies right in the middle of the line there, Tim.
Yeah, we got a little pulling of the jersey there as they were stretching that play out to the left side. But it was good to see Boston get to the edge. I mean, obviously had a little help there, but they're going to need him outside and be able to get to that edge and turn upfield throughout this ball game offensively.
That's Darren Tatalo you're looking at, our head official tonight. Michael Widrich, the umpire. George Myford is the head linesman. Scott Whipkey, the line judge. Bill Kennedy, the field judge. And Bob Johns is the side judge. They marked it from the previous spot, so it is first down and 20. Nice, that new rule, because you could have first and 28 based on where a flag was thrown.
Yeah. It is actually much more conducive to the offense now to recover from a 10-yard penalty instead of a 12 or 14 or 18-yard penalty, as you mentioned.
Rona again, quick drop to the near sideline, caught there by Logan. His third catch of the opening drive. gets back to the original line of scrimmage before Curtin makes the tackle, gain of 11.
Yeah, look at me, nice little dig in, caught that ball, and then was able to spin away and pick up a few extra yardage, get that 10 yards back, and bring up a second down and just a little less than 10 coming up here. But that's what they were looking to do, just to get some yardage back, put it back into a situation. Now you can actually say they are in field goal range.
Almost 4 minutes off this opening drive. Didn't talk about it in the pregame show, Tim, but Mohawk almost 3-1 in terms of time of possession when these two teams played last year, and certainly off to a good start here.
Yeah, and that's unusual in a sense. We've seen Mohawk score very quickly at times with their offense, so these long drives are important to see.
2nd and 9. Rona now being flushed out of the pocket, chasing behind, and throwing it away almost right into the hands of Luke Gagrich, and he had to hurry up because he was getting chased from behind. Believe that was Daccio.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where you're on the move and you just see what you see in front of you, and you're like, all right, I'll throw it right at his feet. And went a little high, but batted it off the defensive hands and avoids the grounding situation because he was out of the pocket moving to his left.
3rd down and 9. It's the first incomplete pass of this opening drive, but it's now going to be the third down faced by the Mohawk offense. They are 2 for 2, both on conversion passes to Logan. Will they go to number 5's way again?
Yeah, I won't be surprised if they go deep here. Let's see if they do choose to maybe go try the end zone here.
Throw over the middle. It's going to be high and through the hands of Joey Nail. He was going up the seam, but maybe got a little bit tangled up with one of the linebackers on their way through.
Yeah, he was open. He just got a little too tall for him. Nail was open, and he just kind of twisted and turned, trying to make that reception. It was a little too high, went off his fingertips. I'll bring up 4th down. It's kind of in that no man's land. You can bring out a kicker like Wilkins. You know he has the leg to do it, but you also got a player like Jay Rona running the offense. Keeping the ball in his hand is always a good choice.
Yeah, it would be about a 47-yarder, 46-yarder from here. Doable, but early in the game, he's going to trust his offense on 4th and 9. They need to get into the red zone to move the chains, do the Warriors. Rona drops back, looking, buying time, plenty of time. Now steps up, now looks to run, but it's going to be a little too late. The hesitation just enough to allow Walters and company to make the hit. No gain on the play and a turnover on downs.
Yeah, he moved up in the pocket. He had some room to run, and he stopped thinking that one of his receivers is going to break open. And when it didn't happen, he restarted. By then, the Wolverines defense made the adjustment and brought him down. Here comes Elijah, and we'll see what the offense can do.
A 10-play drive with no points on the board for Mohawk. And now we'll look at the Elwood City offense. We'll get the Door and Concrete starting lineup after this first down play. Chris Smiley will be in the gun, and no EPM in the backfield. He is one of the slot receivers to the right. Smiley, the lefty, looking to throw over the middle, throwing it up for grabs, and it's going to be tipped and on the juggle. Did he hang on to it? Walters did.
Yes, he did. Great concentration on that play, as that ball should have been intercepted, went off his hands, but found the receiver in Walters, and he juggled it and went down with it right at the 35-yard line. So a big opening play here on the arms of Chris Smiley.
Didn't take long for us to find our first Melee Chiropractic play of the game nomination right there on that pickup. 36 yards, and just like that, the field position has switched around. EPM gets his first carry up the middle, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Elijah Palmer McCain, part of that starting lineup. You'll see Luke Gagrich in the backfield as well, Luciano. You'll see Michael Walters, Daylon Curry, and Declan Gray, the main receivers. You'll see Dom Hogue in there as well. Your offensive line, Tristan Reynolds, Evan Tweddle, Logan McClymans, Ryder Grinnan as well. Drake Davis in number 81. They thought he might have to move to the offensive line because Shane Lutz was injured last week, but Lutz out there ready to go here tonight. One of the 18 juniors, Tim, on this team.
It's impressive.
2 backs in the backfield. Palmer McCain fake to him. Again, looking over the middle. Man open. It's going to be caught on the run before being slammed down on the play, and that is Hogue making the catch. Only his second of the season for Dominic Hogue.
Yeah, and really impressive throw there by Smiley. Just kind of laid it out there. He knew exactly where he was going to be and put it into his arms for that first down. And they are now in the red zone. Make sure to stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. Sporting goods, custom apparel, and embroidery and more.
Gagrick up the middle. He finds an opening, and that's what the issue can be. If you focus too much on number 2, number 9, Luciano Gagrick will take some big carries. He gained 6 there.
Yeah, Gagrick is another guy that, this is what you want if you're Elwood City. You had a long drive defensively. You were able to get that hold, and you're now knocking on the doors. It's really important for them to cash in here on their opening turf. 2 receivers
to the right. Gagrick will get another carry, and low man wins. I'll tell you what, look how low to the ground Gagrick was. Turns something out of nothing. Give him a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2 to go.
Yeah, A.J. Verdi was there making that play defensively for the Warriors. He really was able to match him at the level of height to make that play.
Likely 4-down territory. Caitlin Kreitzer, the kicker for Elwood, has not attempted a field goal this year, though she does have an extra point from 25 yards. I know that. Likely 4-down territory here. 3rd and a long 2. Palmer McCain, big hole on the right side. He's got the 1st down, but he wants pay dirt. Just short.
No.
Just short of the line to gain. Give him a gain of 10, but it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, that's all they needed, though. He made a nice, nifty move to cut back to his left. Once he did that, he had a little daylight in front of him and scooted all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Elwood City has had some quick starts over the course of this year. First quarter has been theirs throughout the course of the season. Palmer McCain, it's been his year, but not on this play as he stuffed up the gut.
Yeah, he's going to lose a yard on that one. You got to give the defense credit for making penetration there.
I believe I was Dylan Sumney, the first man in there. Loss of 1. You're right there, Tim. But this is now the 8th play of the drive. We're already halfway through this opening quarter. Big response here from Elwood City, flipping the field, but now they got to punch it in. 2nd and goal from the 2. Palmer McCain and Gagrich in the backfield. Palmer McCain, WPIAL leading rusher on the year. They're going to fake it to him. Smiley rolling out to his left. Fires it, and it's going to be a diving interception made by Justin Boston.
What a play by Boston. Not only he read that perfectly, Smiley was being chased down, and he had to get rid of the ball, and he made a nice diving move into his right, securing that catch and turning away the Wolverines here. It'll be 1st down and 10 here for the Mohawks inside their own 5.
Yeah, that's your Medora Bonner Law change in possession. At MedoraBonnerLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service. Make sure you protect your possessions with a local law firm at Medora Bonner Law. Wow, so 2 big drives. A 10-play drive for Mohawk, no points. An 8-play drive for Elwood down inside the 1-yard line, no points.
And interesting enough is Chris Smiley drive, really, when you look at it for Elwood City. They went down there on the strength of his arm and his passing game, but the rushing game came up a little short.
So now if you're Mohawk, what are you going to do? You're going to throw on 1st down? Actually, you're not, because
you got a movement up front, I believe.
They're going to have a 1.5-yard false start penalty. I mean, not a bad idea, I guess, if you're going to have a hard count, try to get 5 yards when it's only going to cost you 1, but now you're really in the shadow of your own goalpost.
Yeah, but when you have the athletes you have, there's a lot of plays you can call here. Even if you're throwing the ball, you can do a screen play, you can do something quick out, you can do a nice slant. You got some big, tall receivers who can handle the ball. And quite honestly, if you just hand it off to Boston, you're never going to make a mistake there.
But they are standing 4 yards deep in their end zone is Boston and Rona, and he's going to use his arm, throw it out of the backfield to Boston, bounces off the first tackler, and gets some breathing room out to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, nice, quick, easy play. Just out to the left from Boston coming out of the backfield. Hit him right at the goal line, get him turned upfield, and he gets about 6 from there, and he'll bring up a 2nd down and long, but a situation for them to take advantage of.
That coming in. Safe play too, Tim, more than anything on that, right?
Yeah, and it's just kind of a long handoff is really what it was.
Second down, call it 6 to go, ball at the 6-yard line, probably more 2nd and 7. Handoff, nice, nifty moves by Boston, and he's going to get enough to move the chains. Not a lot of room, but he sidesteps a couple of big bodies in there, Tim. Gets the 1st down.
He made it a couple nice moves, just twisting and turning into the defensive backfield, and able to get out too close to the 15-yard line, mark him down to the 14, but a nice pickup of that 1st down that they needed. And now Mohawk, again, will try to do their long drive scenario. as they pick up their first down of this drive.
Marking at the 14-yard line. We're down to 3 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. Rona again looking to pass. Coming near sideline, long throw, making the catches. Logan, 4 catches already in the first quarter.
I was just going to mention that Logan seems to be his favorite target right now. They're just kind of lulling him to sleep with opportunities, and he's getting out there, and he's getting 8, 9-yard catches. And they're setting up these second down and short situations, which is really impressive on first down to pick up those type of yards.
Catches of 8, 9, 11, and 9. You're spot on the mark there, Tim. How much of it is, though, they're also going after the freshman cornerback there as well in Richard Pearson?
And that's probably really understanding your opposition and taking advantage of situational.
2nd and 1, and here is a run for Boston. Sidesteps one man in the backfield, but holding on. Good job to get a piece of the leg. Was that Caden Daccio on the stop?
Yes. Yeah, Daccio made a nice move. Once he got a hold of his foot, he wasn't going to let go. They'll lose about a yard on the play. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 2, and it'll be situational here. Again, a lot of opportunities when you're this Mohawk offense. Even if you do another swing out to Boston, get them in spaces, you never know what can happen.
And again, you don't see it very often, but with the legs that Rona has too, as just the athlete he is, you could see him move the pocket and potentially give that run-pass option. He will go 3-step drop, and just as Tim calls, right out of the backfield, no one covering Boston, lots of room in front, to the 35 and the 40 before he's knocked out of bounds. A huge gain close to midfield.
What I love watching Boston, what he does so well is not only does he catch the ball, but he turns his body and goes straight upfield. He is ready to roar the moment he gets the ball secured in his hands, and it's just a race out to the 45-yard line. Big pickup here on that little screen throw out to Justin Boston.
Another big Castle Asphalt conversion on 3rd down. Castle Asphalt and Construction, they know the importance of making a good first impression, no matter how elegant your home or office may be. Matching it with poor road surfaces can make your friends or potential clients regret making the trip. CastleAsphalt.com. Ball at the 45-yard line. Fake the end around. Here is the rollout for Rona, looking for man downfield. Has one, fires it on the run, has the man open deep, and it's going to be caught actually by Retort. It looked like it was supposed to go for Blake Logan, but Retort says, no, thank you, sir. I'm going to grab it.
It might have been just a little short for Logan, and Retort jumped in front and made the play, and it brings it down in the red zone. So we're back once again at the red zone. Spirit Sales can raise big money for your organization. Fill out the form in the red zone, and the red zone does the rest. Visit them online at theredzonesports.com and see how your group can score big at the red zone.
Yeah, ball kind of hung up a little bit more, I think, than what Jay Rona wanted. But, man, talk about a receiver going and bailing out your quarterback. 11th catch of the year for Dante Retort. 6th carry of the game here for
nice
Boston.
Nifty move there by Boston. Underneath the tackler and gave it up, move, got situational straight on to the defense and picked up a couple yards.
Under a minute to play in this opening quarter, and again, a long drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive for Mohawk to begin in the shadow of their own goalpost at the 3-yard line. Well, we expected a lot of points on the board here today, Tim.
We're seeing a lot of offense.
We sure have, but so far, neither team able to capitalize once they've gotten in plus territory. Nail the man in motion to the right. Rona looking left on the wheel route towards the back corner, and it's going to be a jump ball and caught. Make it number 10 on the year for Bobby Fadden. That ties a Mohawk single-season record for receiving touchdowns, and he just found the football, Tim.
Yeah, he kind of lulled him to sleep. He hasn't used them all quarter, and once they got into the red zone, here it was, Rona looking at, and just throws a dime to the back shoulder, and Fadden makes a great play on it. Fadden was just right there to bring that one in. All confidence on that pass and throw there.
8-play, 97-yard scoring drive. Now Fadden a hold, the extra point attempt for Wilkins. He's now 24 of 25 on the year. It's 7-0 Mohawk. Back in a moment at lcsportsnet.com.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Newbie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving. Wilkins kicks into the end zone, shockingly, for a touchback. 8-play, 97-yard touchdown drive there. Taking, 4 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. But, Tim, you mentioned something that was really important in how they made it down the field.
Yeah, they used everybody. They got 4 different receivers involved. They got Boston running the ball. They did a little of everything to get downfield, and you really think about it, they had the opening penalty on the first play of that drive. So, in a sense, they had to go 98 to make that 97-yard drive.
Ball at the 20 after the touchback. Jet sweep. I'd say it's a little pitch pass forward, trying to get to the outside, and Joey Nails having none of that.
Yeah, great defense there for Joey Nail, just stringing that one out, not letting him get to the edge.
Are we going to call that a pass forward to Pierce?
Yeah, I'll call that a little shuffle pass.
Oh, but then...
they're going to get unsportsmanlike conduct against Mohawk.
So after a 5-yard loss, a 15-yard gain on sportsmanlike. I didn't see anything there.
Neither did
Tim.
I. Maybe it was someone piling on at the end of the play. I did not, happen to see it. I was kind of shuffling papers after the play ended.
And that's interesting, too, because, I would think if it was something like that piling on, you might get a personal foul, not unsportsmanlike. Maybe it was something that was said at the end of the play, too.
It's very well possible.
So, nonetheless, it is a penalty that gains a first down. They'll wind the clock. Will Elwood City snap it one more time before the end of the quarter? They try to, but they will not get it off in time. 7-0, Mohawk leads at the end of one. We'll be back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
There by
Coming up at the half, we will have our Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George halftime show. Your insurance company, not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George are. You can visit them online at lgkg.com for your free consultation. Well, what are the teams consulting at the end of the first quarter there, Tim?
Yeah, well, if you're Mohawk, you're just going to do more of the same. You've been able to move the ball. You just want to stay away from those big penalties that cost them a first down here and give some life to this drive here for Elwood City.
It's going to be 1st and 10 after the penalty at the 31-yard line for Elwood. 2 backs in the backfield. Second man through is Gagrich, and he's going absolutely nowhere. And now again, we got some extracurriculars after the play. It was a fake to Palmer McCain. He got dragged down by Alex Chapman, and Palmer McCain, not pleased with it, gave a little shove back, but the officials keep everything in the pockets. A 1-yard gain for Gagrich.
They're getting a little chippy out there. Not a surprise. Obviously, a conference game. Everyone's going to be on top of their emotions here tonight. So you want to make yourself dominance in opportunities. And Elwood City want to take advantage of their time, and Mohawk defense wants to shut it down.
Second down and 9 after that short gain, and a whistle again, and they took too long. First penalty against the Wolverines will be for delay of game.
Yeah, those are the type of penalties you hate seeing. Not getting the play in on time or not getting to the line of scrimmage knowing what you want to do with the ball, especially when you're coming out of a timeout. It's just, really one play. You should never, ever have a delay of game.
So now 2nd and 9 turns into 2nd and 14. In the gun is Smiley. Trying to find someone open, and he's just going to get gobbled up. He tried to throw it and lost it on the way down. You're right, it's a fumble. A good heads-up play to fall on it there by Elwood City. That's Tristan Reynolds saving potentially disaster.
Yeah, Reynolds did a great job recognizing the ball was loose and pouncing on it back at the 16-yard line. But it was an important play there because Smiley just never had a chance. He had like 3 Mohawk players around him, and it looked like he was about to be gobbled up when he tried to, at the last minute, pull the ball back to make a throw and unable to get it off, and it was knocked out of his hands.
Now it's 3rd and really long. They got to get to the 41-yard line to get a first down. Safe play here to Elijah Palmer McCain, and that's why he almost broke it. Is why it's a safe play.
Yeah, you know that's what you want to do. That's why you need to get him the ball. He's just so explosive. We know he averages over 5.5 yards per carry. On first down, I'd rather be predictable and get the ball to him a few times and then see if Smiley can do something because he's just such a game player.
So the first down from the penalty, but then now a 3 plays not going much of anywhere. Almost blocked. I think that was just a rough punt because of the rough snap. Walters couldn't do much with it, and Mohawk's going to get great field position. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 40-yard line. So a little better than last time, starting at their own 3, Tim.
Yeah, they're going to have a great field position at the Wolverines' 40-yard line to start this drive. Now, the question here is, how aggressive do you get with you have Jay Ronan as your quarterback? Do you take one shot deep here right because you're on the other side of the 50? You still have 2 more downs to play with, and you have the best kicker in the WPIL. So you got a lot of opportunities here to be aggressive.
Well, so far, not much has gone deep against the Elwood City defense. They will go play action. Good pickup of the blitz by Boston, allowing them to go deep. And Hooker's down. There's Logan, but he could not quite get there. A little bit too far out in front. But you're right. You get a slash play defensively, or just the short punt on the on that last play. Tim, why not go for it?
Yeah, when you have the playmakers that you have on Mohawk, it really just makes so much sense. And now it spreads, even though it's an incomplete pass, now they have to pay attention to the guys going deep. That's going to open up something over the middle, or it's going to open up the running game because you got to play a little deeper in that. It's going to be interesting to see how that play sets up the rest of this drive opportunity here for Mohawk.
2nd down and 10. They're going to hand it off to Boston. He's going the wrong way, but somehow avoids the tackler. And then you just said it perfectly last play, Tim. Getting upfield quickly. Could have been a loss of 5. Instead it's a gain of 6.
He gets his shoulders set, and he just explodes. And that's the key. He was going, side to side and backwards, as you mentioned, to avoid a tackler. But once he got his shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage, he was off and running, and he picks up 6 yards on the play. I mean, it was a very impressive run.
So now 3rd down and 4. Still 10 on the play clock as Rona gets the snap. Quick throw to the near sideline. Joey Nail gets his first catch of the game. The 4th receiver. Well, that's not what we talked about. 1 receiver, 2 receiver, 3 receiver, 4, Tim, but that works perfectly for the first down.
It really does, and that's the key to this offense. There's so many playmakers, and Jay is able to, just take his time and pick apart the defense, and he's done such a great job at that this season, and he's grown so much as a quarterback in the last year. You can see how comfortable he is in this offense and knowing exactly where everyone should be and what they need to be doing.
That is the 6th different receiver on the night that he has already found for a catch. Impressively enough for J. Michael Rona. He's got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left this time. Play action, trying to buy some time. Now scrambling, throw on the run, and he had Boston open, but just wisely throws it out of bounds and lives to see another down.
Yeah, I mean, he rolled out to the short side of the field. He was under pressure by the Wolverine defense. They made a great job of pushing him out of the pocket and just forcing him to get the ball out of his hands. And it'll bring up a second down and long, and that's exactly what this Elwood City defense needs to do. They need to get pressure on Rona, make him uncomfortable, make him get rid of the ball later than he wants or earlier than he wants.
A couple of big blitz pickups you've seen the last couple of downs about running backs. Give a big shout out to Boston on the third down play especially. Play action again, rolling out to the right this time is Rona. Fires it across the middle, has a man open, jump ball, did Retort hang on to it? No, it went through his hands.
Yeah, dangerous pass as he rolled out to his right, threw back left on a jump pass, and it was just kind of hung up there in the air as Retort went for it. Actually, I think there was Fadden out there too. Number 3 actually making the play on the ball. But needless to say, brings up a third down and 10. A lot of options, though. Again, I mean, you still have Boston. You know what he can do. Get the ball to Justin Boston. That's my goal right here. Because even if he comes up short, if he comes up with 5 or 6 yards, fourth down is very manageable.
Now, Coach Tim McCutcheon, listening to Coach Tim Continenza a couple times already. We'll see if they do here on third down. It's going to be a throw over the middle in heavy traffic.
Yeah, Joey's open. The nail was there, but couldn't quite handle that pass. It was a little behind him to his right, and it'll bring up fourth down. But this might be a scenario where they choose to go for it again, just outside the red zone.
Yeah, it'd be a 40-yard field goal from here. You did have Nail open there for a moment. You're right, Tim, but I think he had the double clutch because he had a player right in his face, and a good job by Patterson coming over to knock it away.
By the way, he did have Boston opening up to his right as a outlet pass, but like you said, he's seen Nail open, and he just couldn't quite deliver the ball to him.
6 seconds on the play clock. Mohawk's got to hurry if they're going to get this play off on 4th and 10. They do snap it. Rona fires it to the flat, has Boston open with space. Look at this. First down inside the 10-yard line. It's like McCutcheon and Continenza. The Tims got it all lined up together.
Yeah, I tell you, he's such an explosive player. You just want to get the ball in his hand in many different ways. I don't care if you're handing the ball off to him or you're throwing a screen pass or if he's running a route. That's what you want to do, because when he catches the ball, they then have to come and concentrate on him. When he's running the ball, they have to concentrate on him. That's going to open up the other guys. You're going to see Retort and Fadden get open, and that's when this Mohawks offense is so explosive.
A big 4th down Castle Asphalt conversion leads to 1st and goal at the 7. 5th straight pass play coming from Rona. Trying to buy time, and wisely just going to fire it towards the marching band out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, and again, great poise there by Rona. Just taking his time, looking outside. Didn't see anything. Throw it away, bring up 2nd down. 2nd and goal inside the 10. This is where you want, again, if you can get something outside to the edges here, that'll be interesting to see what they do. I wouldn't be surprised if they throw something quick outside. It doesn't have to necessarily be to Boston, but they can get something to the edges or maybe even run Boston outside. We'll see how they choose to handle it here. But they've been having success on the edges.
9th play of the drive. So plays have been 10 plays, 8 plays, and 9 plays. Again, Rona looking to throw, going near sideline for the corner, and it's a record for Bobby Fadden, and tying the single-season record for total touchdowns is Jay Rona.
It's a replay of the last touchdown, except this time he was wide open. There was no back shoulder necessary. That was just lay it out there and let him make the catch and get into the end zone and quickly get up with 2 touchdowns here with the point after about to be attempted here by Wilkins.
9-play, 40-yard scoring drive. Mohawk extends their lead. Verdite to snap, Fadden to hold as Wilkins puts it inside the right upright. It's 14-0 Warriors. Back in a moment at lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. The Mohawk Education Association is proud to support Warrior Athletics on the Lawrence County SportsNet and wish good luck to all Mohawk students participating in extracurricular activities this season. Go Warriors! Another Wilkins extra point, another Wilkins touchback afterwards. A 9-play, 40-yard scoring drive, and again, it's Rona to Fadden. The cousin connection does it yet again. It's the 11th time they have this year, Tim.
Yeah, they just got that blood relation going, and they can't be stopped right now. As it's the same play going into the corner, and just Rona laying it out there, and Fadden finding his opportunities to score. And it's quickly, they took advantage of that short field and got the score.
And Wilkins last week, by the way, our play of the game for a kickoff that landed through the end zone. And he had a little bit of wind to help him.
We got movement here. Let's see if it's going to be drawn off or if he's encroached into the backfield.
Shane Lutz moved before Chapman entered the zone, so it will be a 5-yard false start penalty. And that's what you can't do when you're a run-first team like Elwood City, to be behind the sticks.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, especially now that you're trailing 2 touchdowns. You got to really get back to what you are. Yes, we've seen them use the pass play, and that's great. And that's going to be important throughout this ball game. But we have not seen Palmer McCain really being utilized. And now they got to find ways to get him the ball and really get back into this in the second quarter.
Averaging nearly 30 carries per game, only 4 so far. Trying to go on the big play down the field in the wheel route, but the throw is coming out a little bit awkward out of the hand, intended for Hogue down the field.
And this is where you got to be careful if you're the Wolverines. You don't want to get away from what you do. Yeah. Smiley's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He can. You definitely seen him go downfield with his arm and finding his receivers. But this is a run-first offense. You've got to start running the ball. Even though you're down 2 touchdowns, you don't want to get away from what you do best. Get the ball to Elijah and see if he can get some yardage. Even on second down and 15, you want somehow to get the ball to him.
I mean, he is the top running back in the district. They're going to play action, throw it over to the left, and it's going to be a couple of heavy hits. First, the quarterback hit immediately as he threw it by Boston, and then upended in coverage was Walters. I believe it was Fadden or retort there in coverage.
Great defense there by Mohawk.
Wow.
And now you got him in a really tough situation if you're the Wolverines on third down and extremely long here. Third down and 15. So, you're really taking away their offense, their style of offense here. And that 5-yard penalty is really, showing its worth here for the defense. I mean, you can come all at them right now and see how they react.
Third and long. They will, again, look to throw it down the field. Smiley looking for the
big
man, and it's going to be knocked away. Walters basically was trying to box out Fadden, and Fadden a good job to stay with it and knock it away without interfering. That was an impressive defensive play.
Yeah, he was ready to make the catch and did, but Fadden then just stripped the ball away with his right arm, bringing it down through the body, knocking it out. And he'll bring up 4th down in a punting situation, and Mohawk again going to have excellent field position for this next drive.
Coach Dan Bradley, only his second year with the Wolverines, but 11 total seasons coaching high school football. And he took Stowe Rocks to the championship a couple of times with some great quarterback play. Olsh with his son Tyler Bradley. They have a good passing offense repertoire as well, just not showing it off tonight with Elwood City. Fadden, dangerous to hold on to it. Finally does get it and fights back forward to midfield. And a flag thrown in there late. I think they're going to get a block in the back at the end of this play, too.
Yeah, we'll wait to see exactly what transpired, but it was actually a great punt there, a low-line drive, and in the process got no return on it. And it's ball stead at the 50, so we'll see what this call is.
Coming up after the game, Tim, will have our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Seasonal allergies, changes in the weather, sitting on the bleachers a little bit too long. Hey, they can all affect how you feel on a daily basis. Remember, headaches, joint pain, sinus pressure, and even congestion can all be alleviated with chiropractic work. Call May the Chiropractic and schedule your appointment today. We had a couple of good nominees already here in this one, Tim.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be quite a few, I think, throughout this ball game, and it was a block in the back. So they'll start at their own 40 on this drive. 60 yards away from pay dirt. They're up 14.
And Mohawk, after getting the interception on the first Elwood City drive, they've controlled for the most part since. First down run up the middle. Not a lot of room, but getting a couple of yards on first down is Boston. 8 carries, 22 yards, but got 3 catches for 43 as well.
Yeah, and that's the key, though. Keep giving them the ball. Find a way to put them in different situations. Running the ball is going to be very important. 2 yards is 2 yards on first down. And again, another short play of 3 to 5 yards, and you're in a great third down situation. If you pick up more on second down, fantastic. But that's what you're looking to do, just continue to move the ball down, trying to continue to move the sticks.
Mohawk nearly doubling up the time of possession so far here today. And everybody moved except the center.
Yeah, we got a lot of movement there.
Here's something Coach McCutcheon will not be pleased about. That's the 5th Mohawk penalty in this game already for 41 yards.
Yeah, a little dancing going on there. Everybody had their moves going, but the center forgot to snap. So we'll move the ball back here to just outside the 35-yard line and do it again here. But, here's a scenario. When you have an offense like Mohawk, you can pick this up in one down. You don't need to, but you can.
They're called second down and 14. Midway through the second quarter, Rona looking to throw. Lobs one down the field and just not quite on the same page. Looks like Nail was going more out and Rona wanted to go down the seam.
Yeah, it was kind of like he was looking for him doing kind of an out shake and fake as he turns upfield, and he continued to just head on the out pattern. But it'll bring up third down and 14, so a big down coming up here for the Wolverine defense. They need to stop. They need to get their offense back on the field and have an opportunity to score.
Tim, is there any question what Coach McCutcheon and the Mohawk Warriors wanted to do today? He's averaging, Jay Rona is, 20 pass attempts per game. That was his 20th of the first half.
I'm not surprised. You want to just continue to attack, take a big lead, and then you watch it become the Justin Boston show in the second half if they continue with this lead.
Third down. Rona flushed out to his right. Good coverage down the field. Now fires it over the top. Coming back to it, and good job defensively by Elwood City to knock it away at the last second in defensive coverage. Believe that might have been Curtin again.
Yeah, great defense there. And the ball was kind of hanging up in the air, gave him a chance to close the gap. And they'll bring up fourth down and punting situation here. First time we'll see Mohawk give up the ball here. That's not on downs or a touchdown.
And a 3 and out. First time we've seen that tonight either for the Mohawk Warriors. And, hey, a chance to maybe get Palmer McCain the football in special teams. High snap, able to corral it there is Blake Logan punting it tonight. We've been seeing Boston most of the year. Logan's punt, though, wisely out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. 5:36 remaining in the first half. Again, coming up at the half, we'll have our LGKG halftime show here, Tim. Let their law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide you through the legal process. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time here. They got to get Palmer McCain in this ball game, and really, you got 5:36 left here in the second quarter. There's plenty of time. You're only down 2 touchdowns. He's averaging, 5.5 yards per carry. Give him the rock. Let's see what he can do. See if he can get that yardage going and maybe get a drive down. They're only 60 yards away.
And he's exactly 5.5 yards per carry tonight as well. 4 carries for 22 yards. He's joined in the backfield. Play fake to both of them. Out of the backfield trying to get the Hogue here on the cross, and it's going to be out of range and incomplete.
Yeah, it was just a little crossing pattern there, but great defense there by the Mohawk Warriors, really shutting that down, not giving him any spaces for Smiley. He really had to be pinpoint with that ball. And he'll bring up second down and long.
Elwood City looking for their first win in this series since 2015. Mohawk has won 5 straight, and they have a 14-0 advantage. Second down, the handoff to Palmer McCain. Stood up immediately, but keeps the legs going. Verdi able to drag him down with Logan after a short pickup.
Yeah, big play there for Mohawk, keeping him only to 1 yard on that carry and bring up a third down and long. You know, you got to be thinking passing the ball again, but you got to find a way. If you're Elwood City, you got to find a way to get the ball to Elijah Palmer McCain, because he's such an important part of this offense. I don't care if he catches the ball, you know, on a little screen pass or maybe just a quick out here on third down. You got to find a way to get the ball to him.
He does have 4 receptions on the year to go with, again, the WPIAL lead in rushing yards on the season. But he will be a blocker on third down. To the near side, it's going to be short, one-hopped in for Walters. He was open right at the sticks, but kind of had the short arm it there, did Smiley, with pressure in his face.
Yeah, Walter was open, but he just couldn't deliver the ball to him, and brings up fourth down and punting situation here for the Wolverines. And they'll put Fadden back deep to I think him and return this kick.
Declan Gray's last punt, not the best, as it was a low snap as it is
and
here.
Might get to it again.
Wow. One step and got it out, and he needed to because Justin Boston nearly blocked another one.
Yeah, you think they've seen something on film? They've been coming after each and every punt that they've done so far, and it's really forced the special teams into a really tough situation, getting rid of that ball fast. You got to get a great snap. Didn't get that, but he was able to get the kick away. So you can see Mohawk really taking advantage of something they've seen as a weakness here for Elwood City.
From concept to creation, creative edge is where design and construction come together with experience. Call 724-652-1372 as they combine construction experience with creative design and make your project a reality. And mark it right at the 40 again here with 4:33 remaining in the first half. Rona looking for pass number 22, but he's got nowhere to go. Throws it towards the near sideline and almost intercepted because Palmer McCain is the closest player in the area. Now the question is, did it get to the line of scrimmage? It did not.
No, it was a little short of that. And the best thing about Elijah McCain did, or excuse me, Palmer McCain did there is not touch the ball, because if he did, it would have nullified that intentional grounding.
And so that should be a spot foul and a loss of down. Actually checked, I believe. They still mark 5 yards from the spot of the throw.
Yeah, so it'll be back inside the 20-yard line. They're going the wrong way. And it'll be second down and a long, long way here coming up for
wow. So that effectively is a 21-yard penalty. It only goes to the books as 5 yards, but the intentional grounding, wow. Now we'll see what Mohawk chooses to do.
What do you got in your playbook?
Let Fadden go deep. Rona's going to roll out. He's been scrambling for his life most of the night. Throws at the last second, able to kid it to a receiver, and good job to get a chunk of the yards back out to the 32, 33-yard line.
Yeah, that's all they needed to do is to get something positive there, and they did. It'll bring up third down and long, but they cut it in half, and that's all you're looking to do in a situation like that. It's great if you can get more, but if you cut it in half, it brings up, you know, an opportunity for this offense just to go about 15, 18 yards and possibly pick up the first down.
I think they said it was Boston on the catch. Not positive. We'll have to get back to you on that one. But a 13-yard pickup makes it a little more manageable. Quick screen to the near side, and it's tipped right at the line. Good play coming in. Believe that was number 13 making the hit.
Yeah,
Caden Daccio got the big hands up there.
A big play there for the Wolverines. They needed that stop. 3:39 left. Get the ball back and get the ball in the hands of their playmakers to see what they can do. As we're going to see in single safety, you mentioned him before. We've mentioned him all night. Elijah Palmer McCain standing in his own 45 to receive this kick.
So 3 great drives from Mohawk, but now a couple of 3-and-outs in a row. Line drive kick. Wow, what a Mohawk bounce.
There's that turf bounce inside the red zone.
That's a 50-yard punt. With 3:27 remaining. All of a sudden, the offense have gone a little stagnant here, Tim.
Yeah, I think the defense have caught up to the offense on both sides of the ball for Elwood City and for Mohawk, and they've really been able to settle in. That might be bad news for Elwood City, as we've seen mentioned earlier coming in our pregame, how good the Mohawks defense has been and have not given up points. I think they've given up 8 is the most points they've given up in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, the last 4 weeks, actually.
Yeah.
So ball at the 19-yard line. All 3 timeouts remaining for both teams. Keep that in mind. Only the 6th carry here for Palmer McCain, but he's going nowhere. It's not like they're really stacking the box, Tim, but they're really eyeing up on big number 2 on each and every play.
And you got a timeout here by Mohawk.
Yeah, your first Pontius Insurance timeout of the evening there, Tim.
Pontius Insurance. Make sure you take the time out to save some money on your insurance. Call agents Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddings and get started today. Visit them online at pontiusinsurance.com. Yeah, it's going to be an important series here for Elwood City. They have to be successful here, but, you know, that's the old adage in football, as you mentioned there, James, is try to take a playmaker away from your opponent. And right now, Mohawk has taken Elijah Palmer McCain away from this Wolverines offense, and that is going to be key here for them going forward. They have to find a way to get him involved because he sets up the pass game.
Yeah.
You know, if you get that rushing game going, then you have to pay attention to both. You can't just, take one away and make them one-dimensional.
Chris Smiley, 3 of his first 4 passes were complete, but he has misfired on his last 5 attempts. And you mentioned Palmer McCain, 6 carries for 25 yards so far on the evening.
And his first 4 went for over 20 yards.
Smiley looks near side, has a man open, caught at the 25, fighting for it. That's going to move the chains on the catch made up the field. That's Josh Gilchrist making the catch. I believe that's his first catch of the year.
Yeah.
Second, excuse me.
Yeah, nice play. Just got him open around 8 yards deep. Got it, and then he turned it upfield and got some extra yardage and puts them in first down at their own 32-yard line. 3 minutes on a moving clock. We'll see what the Wolverines can do here, trailing by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Mohawk was a little aggressive with that first time out there, Tim. Kind of surprised that they called it, but.
Oh, we got a illegal substitution against Elwood City here.
12 players on the field there, Tim?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's, I think, the 3rd time they've had a 5-yard penalty.
To start a drive or after a first down. Yeah, that's just, that's not what you want to be in 1st and 15 situations.
Yeah, 2nd and 14, and now a couple of 1st and 15s from those 3 penalties. Not at the right time.
Trying to set up a screen.
Yeah, great fakes and wide open at the middle. Look at this. A lot of room for Pierce. And if not for the shoestring tackle at the 45-yard line, that could have been reservations for 6. But talk about that play. You fake one way, you fake the screen the other, and you find Pierce up the gut.
Smiley a lot of credit selling that play completely. Looking left, looking right, showing it both ways, and then just dumping it over the middle and finding his receiver, taking it upfield on a jailbreak across the 50-yard line. Just over 2 minutes here to play, so they're in great situation here for the Wolverines.
23 yards. That was Ethan Patterson, by the way, on the catch. Nice fingertip grab on the far sideline from Walters that time for a pickup of 8 yards. So Ethan Patterson also getting into the offense. His first catch of the year for the senior. Not many seniors on this squad, Tim, and to be able to see one make the play there, pretty impressive stuff.
Oh, yeah, you definitely want to get, anytime you get type of senior leadership going and inspiring a team, you want to do that.
Yeah, 18 juniors, just 3 seniors, if I counted the roster correctly. Smiley, pump, throwing downfield. It's going to be one-on-one, jump ball, and picked off. Retort with the pick at the 20-yard line. He's got some blockers in front. Cuts back inside, going across the field, and this one's going to end up getting flagged for sure coming back as Fadden drew one right in the numbers at the 35-yard line. But Retort able to high point the ball, and that's the 2nd interception of the game thrown by Elwood City.
That change of possession is brought to you by Madera Bonner & Law. Make sure to protect your possessions at MaderaBonnerLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individual service. Find them online at MaderaBonnerLaw.com.
10-yard penalty from the spot. They'll put it at about the 25-yard line. 2 timeouts and 1:50 remaining. Though if you're Mohawk, I think right now you just got to be saying, hey, can we get a first down? Because the last 2 possessions have not been the best for the Warriors. A couple of 3-and-outs.
Well, what we've noticed in the last 2 drives here for Mohawk is the the inability to get Justin Boston involved. They've been going downfield, and it's just unfortunately, Ronas hasn't had much time and success throwing the ball. So what I would do is try to get Justin Boston the ball some way. He's been really a catalyst for this offense here in the first half.
Rona, pass number 23, and it's go through the hands and picked off. McCain will get the pick, and he's got reservations for 6. Cuts it back inside. Will he get there? He will not. Great stop at the last second. Looked like it was an easy run to the house. It went through Retord's hands. Palmer McCain hasn't done much offensively, Tim, but able to be in the right place, the right time, and put Elwood on the doorstep.
Elja, Palmer McCain with that interception, and it's another change of possessions with a local firm with deep ties in the community. It's ModernBonnerLaw.com, and see how you can serve. You got to give the ball right back to Elijah, doesn't he? He has
absolutely.
earned his touchdown opportunities here for the Wolverines.
He is the man in the backfield as Smiley goes under center. You know it's coming. Can you stop it? McCain.
Here's the dive. He should be in.
There's the signal. 2 yards for number 2. Touchdown number 6 on the year. What a huge turn of momentum at the end of the first half, Tim.
Back-to-back interceptions, first by Mohawk, and then Elwood City getting the tip drill working as Palmer McCain able to intercept the ball along the sidelines next to his blue shirts and runs right down the sideline inside the 5, takes that first handoff, gets into the end zone to try to cut this lead in half here for Mohawk.
So after the 35-yard interception return to the 2, they get the touchdown run. Caitlin Kreitzer's kick is off the mark to the left. So it remains a 14-6 score line. Back in a moment. 1:34 remaining in the first half. You're watching it at lcsportsnet.com and on NFHS Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Well, here's your easiest Joseph Marketplace Drive summary of the game. 1 play, 2 yards. Elijah Palmer McCain getting his 6th touchdown run of the year, set up by his long interception return down to the 2-yard line. Now the squib taken at the 16 by Fadden. And he's going to run into a wall of blue at about the 28-yard line. So now the question is, again, about the same spot you had at last possession. If you're Coach McCutcheon, what are you doing right now?
I'm still going right back to the bank. I'm going to Justin Boston. He's been such a big playmaker for this team in this game. I don't care if it's a quick out or just handing the ball to him. I want to get the balls in his hand and just see what happens. And if you run out the clock, you still got an 8-point lead going into halftime. It's not a bad situation at all. And this is where you want to be. You want to be with the lead and the opportunity to increase it. We'll see what they choose to do.
Again, still 2 timeouts remaining. Just under a minute and a half to go. Rona looking for his 24th pass. Same play. I like that. Go right back to Dante Retord, who had to go through his hands on the last play. Show the confidence in your senior to get the ball back.
Yeah, a great run. We do have a flag down. I think it's going to be defensive holding or defensive.
He signaled defensive holding.
On the play.
I think he just pointed in the wrong direction.
Yeah, they must have, because he was looking to the bench, trying to figure out what they want to do. No.
It is holding on the defense.
Yes, it is.
Oh, there you go. All right, now they fixed it.
Okay. Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
First time is oops. Second time, what am I doing? Third time I got it right.
So instead of a 12-yard gain, it's going to be a 10-yard penalty, and that might also adjust what you're looking for.
Yeah, put the ball at the 15-yard line or just short of the 15. Actually, They're going to put it around the 13-yard line. Going to be half the distance type scenario.
Eight penalties for 66 yards already from Mohawk.
Yeah. Penalties on both teams have been a problem here in the first half. Neither team has been really not have seen the penalty flag, come and play.
10 seconds on the play clock. Mohawk late to break through the huddle. Again, play action. Rona looking down, now having to scramble. He's in his own end zone. He's got to get rid of it, and he does make sure it gets back to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, that could have been a safety.
Yeah. Dangerous play there. Keep rolling backwards, looking for a play make. And sometimes you can really make it harder on yourself, just continue to go backwards. And you're putting all that strength on your arm to get across the line of scrimmage, too. So, not that he doesn't have the strong arm. We know he does.
I mean, he's looked like the Derek Jeter shortstop throws how many times at this point tonight.
Exactly.
Mind you, have your LGKG halftime show coming up here. We'll have both the Warrior Marching Bands and the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band.
We've seen a screenplay by Elwood City set up a nice opportunity. It wouldn't be a bad idea here to try to get the ball, let that defense come into Rona, and you may just dump it off to one of his backs or one of his playmakers and see if they can get big yardage on it.
Another timeout going to be called here by Mohawk. Let's step aside real quick as well. We'll pay a couple bills. Be back in a moment. Second down and 20 when we return at lcsportsnet.com.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Impressive work by our producer, Josh Toman, right there. He was giving me the countdown right in line with when they were announcing the 50-50 number. So he's putting a 5 up when they're saying a 3. He put up a 2 up when they said 7. That was actually pretty impressive there, Tim.
Yeah.
Who knew that Josh Toman could do math?
Exactly.
Minute 13 remaining. Here's your handoff to Boston. A lot of room up
Look
the
out,
middle.
Look out.
Dragging tacklers out to the 25-yard line. This is going to be a third and very manageable situation now.
You can use a timeout here if you want.
Elwood took it.
Elwood took it. Interesting.
So 12-yard pickup. So they're going to call it a 9 carries for 39 yards now. This makes it very interesting. This is like a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 scenario. Elwood City, thinking that they can get the ball back, have taken a timeout. I don't mind the idea. Play aggressive. Yeah. See if you can get the ball back.
Every possession is going to matter in this game.
Yeah.
I know the score is only 14-6, but we've seen both teams be able to take advantage of opportunities and move the ball. Obviously, turnovers played a big part in the touchdown for the Wolverines, but it doesn't change the fact that they have been able to move the ball at times, and they need to get their playmakers involved. So it doesn't matter if it's one play or if it's a 5-play drive. You want to have that opportunity, the ball in your hands. This could be an interesting call here for Mohawk and what they choose to do here. Tim McCutcheon, we'll see what he comes up with. I think there's a chance here again. I expect him to put it in Rona's hand and look over a defense and try to make a decision of what they want to do. I think if they can get the ball out of anybody's hands quickly, even short of the sticks, you could try to add the yards on after the catch and see what they can do.
Rona 13 of 25 for 177 yards, 25 pass plays. Elwood has only run 23 total plays, and they face a 3rd down and 8 defensively due the Wolverines. Rona, throw up the near sideline, jump ball. What a catch! Blake Logan.
He has been the hot receiver here tonight, and it was right away. It was only one player on that play, on that sideline, and that was Logan. And Rona was going to go to him no matter what. You can see that play. It was just going to jet down the sideline and just try to outstretch him, and he was able to do it.
Cue up ESPN because on that play, you just got mossed. right over the top of the defender. Rona.
Throwback.
Again, trying to find time. Now scrambling. He's going to use the legs. His first carry of the game. He's got blockers in front. Look out. And he gets out of bounds, too, with the first down. Give credit to A.J. Verdi. He almost looked like to set a basketball screen to make sure he didn't get a crackback block or a block in the back. There's the legs of Rona.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that explosiveness to show its opportunity, and there it was right there. Rona was able, I thought he was going to throw it back, roll everything to the right and throw back left, but he couldn't find a receiver, so he ended up coming left himself and picking up that first down, getting to the edge and turning upfield.
Only his 11th rushing attempt of the season. 7 seconds on the play clock. Mohawk's going to have to hurry. They still have one timeout left, but they don't want to burn it with a stop clock. They do get the snap off in time. Throw out to the flat. Fourth catch for Boston. Never mind. He dropped it. I spoke too soon.
Yeah, that was one time where Boston turned upfield before he caught the ball. And he wanted to get those shoulders straight and parallel to the line of scrimmage, and he just turned a little too soon on that one. And it'll bring up second down and 10. But plenty of time, 29 seconds is a long time for this offense, as we've seen in many opportunities throughout the season here for the Warriors.
Second down and 10. We're down under 30 seconds remaining. Retort the receiver to the left. Logan in the slot to the right. Rona. Plenty of time. All day to throw the three-man rush. Throw over the middle is going to be knocked away. Hogue able to sky up there and knock it away from Logan.
Yeah, good defense there, right on top of it. Rona threw it only where his receiver could get it, go up high and try to get it. And Elwood City was right there for the play. So third down and 10. Ball just outside the 35-yard line. Interesting opportunity here. We'll see what they choose to do. Do they go short and set up a fourth down play, or do they try to go big play here?
Well, you do have the powerful leg of Josh Wilkins to potentially boot one if you get 5 or 6 yards here, too. It's something to keep in mind. Near sideline, coming back to a retort, makes the catch at the 23. It'll stop the clock. They'll quickly get up to the line with 16 seconds left. They will wind the clock here in a moment. Well, they marked it short of the first down on the far sideline.
That's a first down.
Yeah, now they move the chains. And hustling down, they will take their final timeout. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the ball's at the 25 and the sticks are at the 27, so it has to be a first down.
So it's an 11-yard pickup to retort, but because they had put fourth down on the sticks over there, they had to hustle down. They're just now signaled first down.
Right.
The clock up here, they stopped it as they should have, but they never gave a stop the clock signal on the field. So that is your final punch.
Even better.
Is that your
they
final
gave him
punch?
a better spot where he caught the ball around the 24-yard line.
Oh, good.
Another nice adjustment there by the officials.
Yeah, good.
But they got to move the sticks proper. They still have the sticks going the wrong way.
Yeah, they still have not moved the sticks on that far sideline.
Yeah, there they go.
Oh, good. I mean, in the end, you get the play right.
Yeah.
And
yeah, give credit to all involved. The clock operator, the officials on the field, and all the chain gang for finally getting it all correct.
Not sure which coach that was hustling down there, too, but I want to give him a shout-out because it might have been about a 4.5 40 the way he was sprinting down to the officials.
Well, 16 seconds here to play in the first half. You have all those tall receivers. We've seen Fadden already catch 2 touchdown passes in the corner. I wonder if they go back to the corner here again with Fadden, or will they maybe go over the middle and try to find a retort or one of the other receivers available. Logan's been the hot hand. A lot of opportunities.
More than anything, too, here, Tim, if you're short of the line of gain, you got to get up and spike it quickly. I think this ball has to be past the sticks or in the end zone.
Exactly.
And we're waiting for some. All right, they put time back on the clock. They put 21 seconds up on the clock.
Good call.
That gives you a little more time, which is nice. If you're a Mohawk fan, those 5 seconds could be big. Near sideline throw, and that one's just out of bounds as Retort couldn't get out of his break that time. How about this? 30 passes thrown in the first half from Jay Rona.
Yeah, obviously they thought the way to attack this Elwood City defense was through the air, and they've done it. They've used everybody involved. I mean, we've seen Retort, we've seen Fadden, we've seen Boston all be part of the offense. We've seen Blake Logan really be a big part of the offense. He got about 5 or 6 catches here in the first half.
We'll get you some halftime scores here coming up during our intermission as well. Quickly up to the line because there's 5 on the play clock for Mohawk. Rona rolls right.
He's going to keep.
He's going to run, and he's going to get close to the first down, but now they got to hurry. They're out of timeouts. They have to hurry up and spike this. 7, 6 seconds. This is a design run the whole way. 2, do they get the snap? Oh, they do get the snap off in time, but now they can't spike it. They're out of time. Rona running for his life. Throws it up for grabs. There's a man open.
Touchdown.
No way!
Wow. Magical.
J. Michael Rona just broke the single season scoring record on the most improbable of plays to end the first half.
Well, there's a nomination that's going to go down. Wow. Our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game nomination? Yeah, right there. No question about it. As clock was winding down, now the untime down for the point after.
We're sitting here next to the Mohawk coaches, and we just have jaws dropped of what we just witnessed as Wilkins boots it in. The first half ends a bad snap. They drew it up that way, they say. Put it in the playbook, Coach McCutcheon. Wow, Tim, break that down first off. They're hustling up to the line. It looked like they didn't know whether they wanted to spike it or to go for a play in the end zone. The center snaps it whether or not the quarterback was fully ready. Everybody was set. It was a legal play. Keeps the play alive. Credit to Blake Logan running down the field to get there and just making a play, and Rona keeping it alive long enough to make it happen.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It was a bad snap, too, and Rona was able to run it down. And luckily for him, there wasn't a great defensive rush. The offensive line was able to stop that penetration from coming. He was able to roll down to his right and just plant himself and throw to the end zone, Hail Mary style. And sure enough, they come down with the ball in the end zone to extend their lead to 21-6 here at half. And it's just a magical play. You don't see that very often, but that had all the magic in the world in it.
We need to catch our breath. Here comes your LGKG halftime show. Back in a moment at lcsportsnet.com.
You are now tuned into the Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George halftime show on the Lawrence County SportsNet, featuring performances by your marching bands and recapping the action from the first half of the game.
We'll take you back to 2000 with NSYNC's hit Bye Bye Bye, and closing out our performance will be the Beatles classic Come Together. Drum majors Emma Gallagher and Nolan Motter. Let's start the show.
Back a little bit. We didn't catch it. What? The catch wasn't on screen.
You know what else? You know what was though? We were sitting here talking about. Have you ever seen the NFL with the white hat refs up there?
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band's Aussie 2023 show. The 2023 LHS Marching Blue Band starts the show with a classic Black Sabbath hit, originally recorded as an afterthought during the recording of their first album. This is Paranoid. Not to be confused with the Marvel superhero of the same name, this is the ultimate Black Sabbath Ozzy Osbourne classic rock anthem of 1970. The Blue Band features our dance line with Iron Man. show with the 2007 Zach Wild and Mark Griffin hit, I Don't Wanna Stop. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band! The Blue Band is under the direction of Mr. Lee Caldwell and Justin Miller. Choreography by Tyler Bacon Westfall. Percussion by Evan Gorchinski, and under the field leadership of drum majors Lila Fox and Cassie Steen. Thank you for supporting the LHS Marching Blue Band. And now, the Blue Band Funk.
Yes, he is. Disappointed Josh Toman didn't go running off with the tubas this time, but he's here producing our great show here at lcsportsnet.com. That's going to wrap up our LGKG halftime show. We're going to step aside, come back with some first half figures, and bring you second half kickoff when we return. 21-6 in favor of Mohawk over Elwood here at lcsportsnet.com.
You've been watching the Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly and George halftime show, presented by the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly and George, serving the Newcastle area for 90 years. Be sure to stay tuned to the Lawrence County SportsNet for third quarter action coming up after this message from our sponsors.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
BMF Tax and Financial provides businesses and individual tax prep, advising, and consulting. With over 10 years of experience, BMF Tax provides you with big firm expertise with small firm service.
I'm Brandon Fisher, owner of BMF Tax and Financial. Together, we will help you get a better understanding of your taxes and build a relationship along the way. At BMF Tax, I want to take the stress away from taxes and allow you to focus on what you do best.
Call or visit bmftax.com to set up a free consultation. BMF Tax and Financial. Taxes made simple, life made easy.
Thanks again to our friends at Luxembourg Garbett, Kelly and George. Thanks to our 2 marching bands here this evening. The Marching Blue Band there under the direction of Mr. Lee Caldwell Jr. giving you some Aussie 2023. Cassie Steen, Leela Fox, the 2 drum majors. Give a shout out to Emma Gallagher and Nolan Motter under the direction of Jason Zay. All in for the Mohawk Warrior Marching Band as well. Tim Continenza alongside. I'm James Dotson. Our great crew here tonight. Ashley Pistachio on camera with Darren Heberlin. And Josh Toman, our producer, flipping some chairs here. We're going to try some fun stuff here in the second half. Some fun stuff to end the first half, Tim. That 16-yard touchdown as time expired, ending a 10-play scoring drive with no time on the clock. I'm still in shock of what we saw in that play.
The only way to describe it. It really was. You had a low snap that kind of rolled by at the 1 second mark, and then Jay Rona picking up the ball, rolling out to his right, just trying to keep the play alive, and then at the last moment sees Logan in the end zone and just heaves it towards the corner and the front end of the end zone, and sure enough, Logan's able to get in position and come down with the ball and get that touchdown with no time left on the clock. It was just an amazing sequence of plays, because right before that set that up, was Jay Rona on a scramble run that picked up about 8 yards, just short of the sticks. If he got to the sticks, it would have at least temporarily stopped the clock where they could down the ball, but that was not the case. So they were rushing to get the ball. The officials were rushing to get the ball placed down, and the players were trying to get in position and set before the clock expired. And like I said, it was just one of those unique plays where everything falls into place, even though it made it not look pretty, but the result sure was. It was an amazing ending to the first half with that touchdown pass that Jay Rona threw to Logan.
Jay Rona in the first half, unofficially 16 of 31 for 229 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's his 24th touchdown of the year total. That makes him the single-season all-time scoring record holder for Mohawk football. Fadden, 2 touchdowns in the first half. He is the single-season receptions touchdown holder now with 11 on the season.
And
here's the stat.
to grow.
Oh, yes, no kidding. Still many games left. Here's the stat, though, I think that sticks out most to me. 42 plays run by Mohawk. I get that right? Yeah, 42 run by Mohawk versus just 23 for Elwood City in that first half.
And how many passes did Jay throw?
31.
31. 31 of 42 plays. Wow.
Justin Boston ran it on 9 of the other 11 plays for 39 yards.
At this rate, he could have 60 pass attempts in this one game. He came in with 100 over the first 4 or 5 games.
Yes, and that's
amazing.
That is insane when you look at it that way. So we take a look at some of the other first half stats real quick. For Elwood City, 75 passing yards for Chris Smiley. He was 5 for 12 in the first half. Only 7 carries for Elijah Palmer-McCain. 7 carries for 27 yards and the lone touchdown. That's going to be the big key here to the second half, as Elwood will get the ball first. Only down 2 scores. Can they get Elijah back into the run of this game? Wilkins will boot it deep, and it is going to go again through the end zone for a touchback. So let's take a look real quick again at those keys to the game, Tim, from the first half, and just talk me through what it is that you that they're doing right and doing wrong.
Well, you give a lot of credit to Mohawk and what they've done right with the ball. Every time they've had it, they've been able to use their athletes with Jay Rona, getting everybody involved, finding Boston, and doing a great job. Now, the key for Elwood City in the second half is they got to find a way to get Elijah Palmer-McCain involved in this ball game. He's been taken out. His big play came on defense on an interception, returned 2-2, and then scored a touchdown. They need to get him involved here early in the third quarter.
They are going to give him his 8th carry, but nowhere to go. Stacked up there in the middle of that defensive front. Chapman and Mays in there along that defensive line. Give a shout out to Scooter McPherson, Brian Birchfield also on that defensive line. Verdi, Nail, and Wagner are the linebackers. You'll see Jackson Chapman in there at times as well in the secondary. Blake Logan, Dante Retort, Justin Boston, and Bobby Fadden. No gain on first down there for Palmer McCain.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult thing down 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. Everybody knows that you need to get him involved, so you're going to maybe find untraditional ways to get him involved.
We're out here in the elements. Means we got the flashlights coming back out again as Smiley rolls out to his left, trying to buy some time, and then he's going to get ushered out of bounds by A.J. Verdi. But a good job to pick up 2 or 3 yards, and he's going to make this a more manageable third down, call it 3rd and 7.
Nice little shake and bake move around towards the sidelines, spring forward for about an extra 3 yards. Bring up a 3rd down and 7 coming up here for the Wolverines and see what they can do here. This is an important first down opportunity. They really would love to get this first down and avoid that 3 and out to start the second half.
Especially seeing as Elwood City was 1 of 4 on 3rd downs in that first half. Trips to the right. Palmer McCain is to the left of Smiley in the gun on 3rd and 7. Long count. They are going to hand it off to Palmer McCain. Trying to get to the outside. Cuts inside. Boston able to hold him up before Alex Chapman makes the stop.
Yeah, Joey Nail cut off the edge there. He came in and made a nice play, forcing them inside. And once Palmer McCain had to cut inside, he lost his treading and couldn't get any farther, and they'll have to punt the ball away. But that really was done nicely there by Joey Nail, making the play defensively, forcing them inside.
And now it'll be back to punt Declan Gray.
They're going to get it. Nope.
Good job of keeping it away, and it's a fair catch caught at the 44-yard line by Fadden. Yeah, good job really of Declan Gray to go away from the rush a little bit. Just a half step, giving him enough space, but it's another 3 and out for the Elwood City Wolverines.
Yeah, you can see this Mohawk team has seen something on the special teams. They're coming after that punter each and every opportunity. Don't be surprised if they sell out here sometime in the second half to try to get to it.
So now we look at the Mohawk offense again. Jay Rona again, 229 yards in that first half and 3 touchdowns. Yes, that's now the 6th straight game to start the year. He's had at least 3 passing touchdowns. Incredible numbers for J. Michael Rona and his senior-laden Warrior squad. Ranked number 5, by the way, are the Warriors in the Trib Live High School Sports Network 2A rankings. Boston up the middle. His 10th carry gets close to midfield. Pickup of 4 yards on first down.
Yeah. Let's face it, he's going to have a great Madden number when the season comes to the end.
It does feel like video game numbers for the top touchdown thrower in the WPIAL.
There's no referral needed for a visit to Health in Motion Physical Therapy. Come in for a 15-minute consultation and save on those unnecessary trips to the doctor's office. Don't wait months to start feeling better. Notice a difference today. Give them a call at 724-856-3683.
2nd and 6 is what they'll call it. And a little inside trap to Verdi. Nifty little move there. Bounces off the back of his own man. Otherwise, he may have had even more yards. A.J. Verdi ran into the back of Fadden.
A little counter play, basically. Just using the fullback, handing it off and going. He's going right while the play's going left. And he's picking up big yardage there on 2nd down. Brings up a 3rd down and short coming up here for the Warriors.
Yeah, not your typical tight end there is Verdi. Listed as a fullback, kind of H-back-ish the way he's played in the offense. So I like that, a nifty way to get him.
We're going to have underneath center this time.
It's only his 2nd carry of the year. They do go underneath center. 2nd man through gets the carry and going nowhere. Maybe even losing a yard on the carry.
Yeah, they
is
did.
Boston.
Yeah. They put everybody up front, and they just challenged them, and Elwood City was up for that challenge and brings up 4th down and 2.
4th down.
Interestingly, they're going to choose to punt the ball away?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to play some field position. Hey, their defense has played pretty well
they're
today,
up 14. Yeah, no, they have. It just surprised me. I thought for sure this might be one of those situations. Lollipop snap.
And end-over-end kick's going to be fair caught by Palmer McCain at the 17-yard line off of the Blake Logan boot. So a couple of 3 and outs to start our second half. Gives us a chance to remind you that we have our LCAP Team of the Month award. Make sure you submit your nominations again at lcsportsnet.com/awards. Let LCAP Early Learning help your little one blossom. There are immediate openings right now in childcare and preschool classrooms across Lawrence County. Give them a call today at 724-658-7671. Starting at the 17. Second man through is Pierce, and he's gobbled up. Alex Chapman has had himself a heck of a game there in the trenches, Tim.
I tell you what, both defenses come out to play here to start the second half. Just not allowing any type of a run game get started. And there's a loss of 2 on that play, and Chapman was all over it here for Mohawk.
Correction, that was Patterson, 28, not 26 on the carry for a loss of 2. Saw Patterson get his first catch of the year earlier. I believe that's also his first carry now of the season. Second down, Smiley, second and long, throw to the far sideline, diving effort. Good job to come back to it by Walters to make his third catch of the game.
And that's what they needed to do. They needed to get positive yards. You know, just get about 4 or 5, bring up third down and manageable here. Third down 7, maybe a little longer, but it's a lot better than sitting at third down and 12. So an opportunity here to see what Smiley can do on third down.
6 completion for 81 yards for Smiley throwing the football. And now on 3rd and 7. Dropping back, throwing down the near sideline, and it's going to be just out of the reach of the intended target. That was Declan Gray on coverage. Freshman, we'll give him that health and motion newbie of the game. Cash Stratton had a big game last week, Tim, with a rushing touchdown, and he's been a big force on the defensive side of the football in the secondary here, has the freshman Cash Stratton.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. You're going to get everybody involved and making some plays, building confidence as you continue to roll. You know, half this quarter already almost rolled by here, and both offenses haven't really been able to move the ball.
Hard count, though. Now this might get interesting because now it's going to be a 4th down and 2 after the offsides penalty. Do you consider it, Tim? I mean, you've got very little offensive life, and I like this. Tim Bradley, Coach Bradley here saying do it.
Yeah, might as well. You can do 2 ways here. I mean, you can actually try to do another hard count.
Yeah.
And try to get that, free first down. And if it doesn't work, punt the ball away. If not, just go down to the last second and hand it off. You've got one of the best backs in the WPIAL. Take advantage of it. Get into the ball. Challenge your players. Move someone off the line of scrimmage.
And they are going to snap it and go for it. Smiley looks once, looks twice, now flushed out. Throw to the sideline, too high and out of the reach of the defending receiver. It was Walters as a intended receiver. It's a gamble, Tim, and it didn't pay off for Elwood, but I still enjoy the aggressiveness.
Oh, no, that's, you got to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff willing to roll the dice there at their own 28-yard line like they did and take a shot at it. It was definitely, looking at the scenario down 15 points, they have to make a play, and that's what they were looking to do. Now, if you're Mohawk, this is where you really have to cash in. And I wouldn't be surprised here if you just see Rona go right to Fadden in the end zone. Might as well take a shot at it. You're at the 26-yard line. I'd be thinking, let's go right for the jugular and go right to that blue end zone of Elwood City.
And confusion here. I think they got the wrong ball. And no, they're not doing the wrong ball play. Looks like they just had a mismarked ball being tossed in there. They have to have all the footballs officially marked ahead of time, and they may just had one in there that was.
I think each side gets to choose what type of ball they want.
Right, and they just have to be checked out by the officials and marked off as being legal.
They may have had a Elwood City ball in there instead of a Mohawk one for the offense.
So now the long break. They finally whistle it for ready to play. Rona's going to go pistol set. He's changing the play right at the line. Sends Fadden in the slot to the right. Play action. Rona trying to get to the edge, and he's going to come back as Daccio's given chase. Now he's just going to fire it towards the band and out of play.
Yeah, they've been rolling him out lately, and sometimes they roll right into the defense like he did there. Rona made a nice play. The offensive line came up with a nice block to free him to roll him out more to the right where he can get rid of that ball on first down and bring up second down and 10. But if you're Elwood City, you'll take 3 more just like that and get that ball back without them scoring.
Yeah, they've really held the edge. They've not allowed a lot of those rollouts to be successful at all, have they?
They've done a great job with that.
Second down and 10. Mohawk put up just shy of 300 total yards of offense in the first half. Little inside trap for Boston as they again fake the end around, and a good play call to make it a third and manageable as Mohawk has entered the red zone again. Tatterson makes the tackle after a 6-yard pickup. 49 yards now on the night for Boston.
Make sure to stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. Sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. That's the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock.
3rd and 4 as we approach the midway point of this third quarter in the third conference game of the year for both the Warriors and Wolverines. Boston will get the handoff, tries to come back near side, finds the hole, he's got the first down.
Run.
All the way down to the 7-yard line. Patience on that run, Tim, patience.
He truly was, and they just waited for that hole to open, and it zigzagged back to the hole and went right through it and got that first down, and now they're inside the 10.
Another third down conversion. How about this? I got him at 6 for 11 on third downs for Mohawk today.
That's where you want to be, over 50%. That's just, cooking with gas, as the saying goes. Full house backfield.
As they go under center, looks like you got Fadden, the man in motion. They're going to roll out, looking for Fadden in the flat, and it's well covered. Still a jump ball, going for it, and could not hold on. I thought it was just a ball that was going to be thrown away, and somehow Fadden nearly came down with it.
Yeah, it looked that way, and he just went to the back corner and tried to get it 1 foot in and keep his body in bounds, but it was just unable, just a little too far out of his grasp. But what a nice effort there, and not a surprise that those two trying to hook up once again in the end zone.
Already 2 touchdowns on the evening for Fadden. 2 catches for 22 yards and those 2 touchdowns.
Let's see Justin Boston get the ball again here probably.
Coming in the near side, looking for retort, back shoulder throw, and a beauty.
Well, you can't do much better than that. Retort was just, when he turned around, the ball was coming right to his back shoulder, as you described there, James, and he just turned around, grabbed it, and got that touchdown. Quick 6-pointer here for Mohawk as they extend their lead over 20 points now. And this is a scenario where you're the Wolverines, you're going to be in this is a tough situation you want to be in.
I mean, they felt like they had to go for it, try to get some life in with the offense. Led to the short field and just a 26-yard scoring drive as Wilkins puts the extra point up and through. Makes the score 28-6 here midway through the third quarter. We're going to step aside, come back in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
After 2 shoulder surgeries, my doctor wanted me to go to his physical therapy, which was out of town, and I chose Washington Center Physical Therapy.
The availability is absolutely amazing. When we call to get an athlete in, we get them in the exact same day.
I see many patients preoperatively for orthopedic surgeries. Those patients who use Washington Center have the best outcomes.
The bottom line is Washington Center Physical Therapy is your best choice for physical therapy.
Call us at Washington Center Physical Therapy, serving the community for over 20 years.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
5:22 remaining here in quarter number 3. We'll get your scoring recap brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace after this kick. It's actually not going to be a touch roll. Yes, it will. They will let it bounce into the end zone. Your Joseph's Marketplace drive summary coming to you. Make sure you check out their new cafe and bakery. Follow them on Facebook and see what's cooking today. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915. 5 plays, 26 yards, and the 7-yard touchdown pass. The 4th of the game from Jay Rona. This one going to Dante Retort for the score.
Yeah, it was just a typical Mohawk offensive play there, just looking for the back shoulder into the end zone. And Rona delivered it right to Retort for that touchdown pass.
It really is impressive, especially those timing routes, the throws before the receivers are out of the break.
It just shows you how much practice and how much they understand what they're supposed to do on every play.
Wheel route, man open, kind of near sideline, little underthrown, bobbling and caught. Patterson, if not for the turf monster, he may have been off to the races.
Yeah, it's Patterson's second big catch of the night as he gets it out close to midfield, as he did a nice play on the ball, just juggling it, but able to come down with it and get that first down here for Elwood City. This is an important drive to get across the 50-yard line, get some momentum going here. Let's see if they can get Palmer McCain involved in the offense here.
I love the new turf, too. Walking on it before the game feels like you're walking on a carpet, or even more like walking on a bed. Ball came out late at the end of this run from Pierce, but he was definitely down. That's the first carry for Dante Pierce on the day. Give him a gain of 9 on first down.
Yeah, that was a beautiful run up the middle. They able to take advantage of a hole, and he scoots right through and picks up 8 on the play.
So here's the thing. Palmer McCain only 9 carries for 31 yards, but they're using him as a decoy right now, Tim. Kind of like that.
Yeah, you still got to get him involved. Your offense runs around him. Oh, we got
a lot of movement there up front.
We're going to have to see. We had some contact going on.
Yeah, so Lutz and a couple other linemen, I think, moved, and then Chapman went into the zone. Somebody definitely in the backfield moved as well. The question is who made the first movement?
Yeah. They're going to call it on the offense.
So it's going to go from 2nd and 2 to 2nd and 7.
Well, that has really hurt the Wolverines here tonight. How many times have we seen them go backwards after either a first down play or a positive play?
Yeah. 4th penalty, all 5-yard penalties, but they've come at the very much wrong times of the day. At least so it feels. 2nd down and 7 now.
Might put some little more pressure on Smiley's arm here.
Pierce to the right, Palmer McCain to the left. He's the one who gets the carry coming near side, makes one man miss and gets forward, but a short gain. That swarming Warriors defense has not given Elijah Palmer McCain any room whatsoever.
Now you got to give it up for the Warriors defense. The idea is take their best player away from them, and they basically have done that here tonight. And put the pressure on the passing game, put the pressure on the other runners of the game. Now we've seen a couple nice runs by the alternates in this ball game here for Elwood City, but Palmer McCain has been unable really to get loose here. Other than the defensive interception he's had, we haven't called his name for a big play at all here tonight.
3rd down, call it 6 to go. Smiley firing one down the middle into double coverage, but it's going to be in and out of the hands as Walters had a step, and that was a beautifully thrown ball, but blanketed coverage there from Fadden and Retort.
I was going to say, threw right into double coverage, only where Walters could get his hands on it. It's just a little too long. He tried to bring it in, just unable to make the catch. And it'll bring up 4th down, and we'll see what they come up with here on 4th down and about 6 coming up here for Elwood City.
They're going to keep the offense out on the field. Smiley. Time running out, getting chased down from behind and sacked by Joey Nail. It'll be another turnover on downs, a changing possession brought to you by Medora Bonner Law, but there was good protection at first, but the Nail kept going.
Joey Nail has been impressive on the defense. Not only has he really controlled the edge and forced everything inside for his teammates can make some plays on it, he's come up with some big sacks and big tackles throughout this ball game. He's really played a great game here for the Warriors.
Played a gem of a game, hasn't he? Let's give a shout out to the master craftsmen and builders at GEM, family-owned and operated general contractors for 4 generations. Their extensive construction experience, design capabilities, and creative process allows them to meet any challenge and help with any project. 1st and 10 with 3:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Big room for Boston before he's finally brought down to the secondary by Palmer McCain. That's an 8-yard gain, and we have our first potential cramp of the night, but Boston able to get back up after that 7-yard carry just fine.
Yep, another big run there for Boston, and it gives them an opportunity to continue to get close to those sticks and continue to have that clock run. Down to 3 minutes, 20 seconds here in the third quarter. Big lead here for Mohawk, looking to add on to it as they're on the other side of the 50 here.
Kind of a quiet night for Boston, but 14 carries, 68 yards. Quietly putting up some numbers. He also has 3 catches for 43. He'll get another handoff here. Makes one man miss. He's got the first down.
Yeah, it's going to become Justin Boston time here in the third and fourth quarters for the Warriors. We got a flag down, so we'll see if this one's coming back with a holding call.
Yeah, currently a 9-yard pickup, but it will come back on the 10th penalty against Mohawk.
Yeah, that's really been the biggest downfall if you're the coaching staff for Mohawk. You're going to be talking about these penalties. Really, you've overcome a few of them, but you hate giving up first downs and you moving the ball across the 50 and on your own side of the field and bring up second down and long. Yeah, you have an offense that can score from any position, but you don't want to put yourself consistently in bad situations.
10 penalties for now a total of 81 yards. Definitely plenty to look at in the film room, though the scoreboard reading 28-6. Coach McCutcheon and staff
happy about that.
Yes. Rona in the gun on 2nd and 13. Comes back near sideline. Coming back to it is Retort. Tight coverage from Palmer McCain, but again, a good timing route and get some yardage back.
They've run that all night long. It's been there for them. Rush downfield about 10, 12 yards and then turn around, come back for the ball. And Rona has put it right there for Retort and other receivers throughout the game. And it's just worked to their advantage. They're just playing against that defense. They have to protect deep. And you can see they're trying to do that. But in the process, they're coming back to the ball, getting those 8, 9-yard pickups.
3rd down and 6 to go. Down to 10 on the play clock here. Sends Verdi to the left, the 2 receivers to the right. And then the inside trap to Verdi, and he's got some room again. This time avoids his own player and gets the first down.
Yeah, that little counter works every time there for them. They're just running the play to the left, and then Verdi goes back right, and it just gets to the edge and turns it upfield, picks up that first down, and there again, knocking on a door of going deep into Wolverine territory.
And Verdi is that H-back tight end sort of position. Kind of gets lost in the shuffle a little bit, especially when you've seen Rona rolling out so many times.
Yeah, when you can play that H-back, you can play that wing, you take advantage of it. You really can use that in different ways. And they've used that counterplay to perfection here tonight.
I was going to say, jokingly, it gets down in the catcher's squat.
Yeah, there you go.
Timeout called by Mohawk. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout here as well. Back in a moment, it's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today.
Those nominations coming up. We'll get the awards here to start the month next week. Starting a new set of downs. How about the stiff arm from Retort and gets enough to move the chains.
Yeah, a little quick out to Retort. He was able to turn upfield. He breaks the tackle. Gets extra yards, picks up that first down, and the drive continues here as we get under a minute here to play in the third quarter. And here comes the Warriors one more time, deep in Elwood City territory, looking at that blue end zone one more time.
Just methodical the way this team works.
Yeah.
6 catches for Blake Logan, 5 for Dante Retort, 3 for Justin Boston, 2 for Fadden, 2 for Nail, and 1 for Verdi.
It's amazing how they get everybody involved. And Verdi with a couple big runs.
19 of 36 overall throwing the football for Rona. He handles the high snap here, playing like a receiver before handing it off up the middle and still driving forward inside the 15 down to the 12.
Yeah, Sam List, I believe. Number 26 running that ball.
Yeah, first time we've seen List back in there. No carries last week for the senior running back. And that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. All Mohawk here right now, 28-6. They'll change sides. We'll be back in a moment with fourth quarter action when we return. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, also on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Xenopleopole or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Fourth quarter action coming your way. It's 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line for the Warriors. After that List 12-yard carry to end the quarter, handoff up the middle, and this time stuffed right up the gut. Big List, 73, yeah. Evan Tweddle stopping List in his tracks.
Yeah, big stop there. They need to get a stop. They want to stay into this ball game to have a chance here in the fourth quarter. They got to stand up big right now, trailing by 3 touchdowns.
Give them a loss of 2, call it 2nd down and 12. And now you're right, though. Time is also going to start becoming the enemy very quickly for this Elwood City team. And Mohawk has controlled, again, the line of scrimmage. They've controlled the time possession more than anything throughout the course of this game.
Yeah, it really has. They've been really methodical, as you mentioned earlier, and just really carving up this defense throughout the night.
This drive already nearly 5 minutes off the clock as Rona play action rolling out. Throw on the run towards the near pylon. That's really just a throwaway. Those rollouts, again, have been pretty contained for the most part all night by this Wolverine defense.
It really has been impressive the way they've handled it, and they've made Rona uncomfortable throwing the ball on the run. I mean, yeah, he's gotten away with it a few times with a couple big plays, but you know Jay Rona's able to do those and make those type of plays. But for the most part, anytime he's been rolling either right or left, they've really been able to contain him, make him throw the ball away. Unfortunately, a couple times, Jay Rona has that magic in him, and big plays come about.
See, Rochester taking care of Laurel 42-14. Now the score early fourth quarter in that one. 3rd down and 12 as it's a 3-score lead for Mohawk here. Throw on the outside, catch made. Makes the first man miss, but not going to be able to go any further than that.
You know, the old saying, James, you keep running the same play until they stop you. And they've been running that out all night long and been so successful with it. Just a quick throw out, getting it out to the receivers. If it's 4 yards, if it's 8 yards, if it's 12 yards down, they've been doing it all night long. And, the old saying, if you're a football coach, you keep going back to the play that's successful. And they've been doing it quite often here tonight, just letting Jay Rona throw out to his wideouts.
Looks like Blake Logan getting help for a cramp. So our cramp sponsor, of course, is the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. Make sure you give them a call, Tim, for delivery of your 3 to 5 gallon jugs of Penn Ohio bottled water, or you can get the cases of water delivered straight to your home or work. And make sure you check out that Penn Ohio bottled water delivered. They deliver your weekly podcast with all of the upcoming games, the previews, and the recaps each and every week.
Yeah, what a great show you do. I got a chance to listen to it just the other day, getting ready for tonight's ball game. and getting all the information of all the other schools in the county and what's going on. It is a lot of fun to keep up here with Lawrence County sports.
Field goal, Josh. And they are going to bring out Wilkins for a 26-yard field goal attempt. And hold the phone. They're going to call timeout before they do. So a timeout coming. We'll keep it right here, Tim.
Well, let me tell you, coming up after the game, we'll announce the Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Seasonal allergies or changes in the weather can affect how you feel on a daily basis. Headaches, joint pains, sinus pressure, even congestion, all can be alleviated with chiropractic work. Give Maley Chiropractic a call and schedule your appointment today.
How about our MVP Insurance, MVP of the game, coming up after the game as well. Get in the game at MVP Insurance, where they coach clients to better prices, better coverage. Call MVP for the win. Let's call J. Michael Rona for the win. We hope he can bring home gold. He's one of, I think, 8 golfers that will be coming or that will be competing on Monday for WPIAL gold medal in the second round.
What golf course is that?
The Butler County Country Club, I believe.
Ah, excellent.
First round was at Willowbrook, and now this one at Butler County.
All right, here we go for the field goal attempt.
So already one made on the year by Wilkins. Snap back is good. The kick is up. Plenty of leg, and it is good. Splits the uprights, makes it 31-6 in favor of Mohawk. We'll step aside, come back in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
When it comes to shopping for...
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter.
Short kick taken at the 5-yard line by one of the up men. Now flying forward. I believe that's Pierce still going.
It is.
Out past the 30 to the 31-yard line. First time it's not been a touchback.
Yeah, a little knuckler on the kick, but we get I think we have a penalty against the receiving team.
Yeah, first indication was a block in the back against the Wolverines. So, by the way, that was an 8-play scoring drive. 8 plays, 41 yards officially, before the 26-yard field goal by Josh Wilkins. So Mohawk extends their lead. And really, other than the interception that was returned down to the 2-yard line, they've controlled Elwood City in this contest.
They really have. This defense has done a great job. It's throwing a shutout, like you just mentioned. It was really an interception, a run down to the 2-yard line, and they scored from there. But it was not a... really, they've done a great job just that, keeping the plays short. And now we got a flag, a little extra.
Some first on the near side as it looked like Chapman got tangled up with somebody and bodies flying on the far sideline. Now at this point, you got to make sure you're not doing something silly that's going to mess
you don't
up
want, you don't want to miss exactly. You don't want to miss any type of game time now. And with the game in hand here, if you're Mohawk, you want to cuddle up with your players and talk it over and make sure they know what there's going on. You're going to get a little skirmishes here from when you're trailing so big. This is going to go against Elwood City, it looks like. We'll wait and see for the official. Here comes the official call.
Personal foul against Elwood City.
And I think,
and that's it.
That's it. Yeah. For a second there, I thought he might be doing one on each side, but it definitely was Elwood City being the instigator on that one.
Now, there was something that was on the near side too, so I'm wondering if they claimed that was also a penalty against Elwood City and they weren't double charging them.
That's possible.
was no gain, by the way, on the pass into the flat. .10:34 remaining. 31-6, your score here in the fourth quarter. Trying to get some scores. You see them on the bottom line. Just got a Union score update. 54-7, your final in that one. Barely getting the playoff in time. And actually, they didn't get set. Oh, actually, Mohawk's in the neutral zone, apparently.
Oh, all right. Well,
more penalties. This game is kind of ground to a halt here early in the fourth quarter. Tim, gives us a chance to remind you, though, come playoff time, unfortunately, we are unable to provide free coverage at lcsportsnet.com. NFHS Network has the streaming rights. We can provide these hundreds of games during the regular season for free, but come playoff time, NFHS pay-per-view, essentially. You have to pay the month-long subscription to be able to watch. You'll still be able to watch us. However, it's got to be through them and through their paid service. So just remember that when playoff time comes around here in the WPIAL. Smart play from Smiley to throw this one into the first row, out of bounds. It'll be now third down and 15 after that incomplete pass. We're hoping, Tim, that we can still get some audio-only coverage for free throughout the playoffs, but that's going to cost some rights fees as well. So we implore all of our sponsors, any help that you can get, we appreciate it, to be able to make those happen. And please, everybody out there, visit these sponsors. Let them know that you followed and watched these games at lcsportsnet.com. Please, without them, there is no Lawrence County SportsNet.
There's no question about that. We appreciate everyone who's been involved and has shown their support for LC SportsNet and for Lawrence County Sports for the last few years. And like you said, landscapes change, and you just got to adjust to it. Like we said, it'll be behind a paywall for the video. Hopefully we'll be able to give you some audio along the way, but we're going to need some support to get it done. And once we move on closer to the playoff times, you want to definitely check it all out. There's no doubt about it. Stay tuned to the podcast and to our broadcast for all that information.
We're going to have to get you on the podcast here at some point, Timothy.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Third down and 15. Elijah Palmer Kane went off with an injury on that last play. Wide open down the seam, caught at the 35-yard line. First down and more for Dominic Hogue across midfield before Dante Retord drags him down. Huge gain.
Yeah, he got open and it just unfortunately had to wait on that ball just about a second, let the defense catch up to him. He could have got that on the run. He would have had a big-time gain for a possible score here for the Wolverines.
So Elwood got a third down conversion, Tim, on their first drive of the game. That's their first third down conversion since.
That's the story of the game there.
Now 2 of 8 on third downs are the Wolverines. Down under 10 minutes to go. Smiley again drops back to pass, has to try to scramble up the middle. Ball comes loose. And who dove on it first?
It's a scramble. We'll have to wait and see who gets it. They're going to say Mohawk got it.
Mohawk has it, coming out with the football and holding it high for everybody to see is big number 12, Connor Hart. I think it was Joey Nail who helped knock it out.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic game here tonight. I know I've talked about him a few different times, but he has really contained this defense and has just made sure every play goes inside, and all his teammates have taken advantage of that, and he's made some of the big plays, causing that fumble and getting the ball back for the offense here for Mohawk.
Well, one of our works in progress keys to the game, Tim, was all smiles, no turnovers. Unfortunately, that is the third Chris Smiley turnover, 2 interceptions and that fumble. Throw in a couple of turnovers on downs as well. The Mohawk defense getting it done.
Yeah, we mentioned coming in, they've only given up 8 points in the last 4 games. They've only got up 6 here tonight. It's been an impressive run here for Mohawk.
Rona in the gun. Will hand it off up the middle. List his third carry. He's got a big hole.
Yeah, look at this.
Dragon carry. Tacklers down close to the 40-yard line.
Hey, pick up 15. Nice and easy. No big deal.
Call it 13 officially. And after the game, we'll have our MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Make sure you visit MVPINS.com. Home, auto, term life, and liability insurance, all thanks to our friends at MVP Insurance.
And now it's the clock management time. Let that clock wind down. Under 5 seconds, get set and snap the ball. There's no reason to snap it too soon.
Yeah, 3 seconds on the play clock. Rona just taking his time. High snap, hands it off to Lisk, makes one man miss, fighting forward and gets down to the 35-yard line. Good to see Sam Lisk back out there. It's kind of a thunder and lightning approach, really.
Really is. It's good to get the senior out there and let him give him some handles of the ball and take advantage of. This is his drive. You know, there's no reason not to give the ball to him. Like I said, you're going to have these seconds ticking off the clock. You want to run the ball. You want to keep that clock moving. And List has given him that spark from that position here.
I apologize. I misspoke. He is a junior, Tim.
Oh, okay.
Is List. Missed last week. Good to see him back out there on the field, getting some carries here late in the game. Look at his third straight carry. Big avenue on the right side. Well, it's because there's a flag thrown right in the middle of that pile, so this one's coming back again. Those who are just tuning in here, Tim, it was a chaotic first half. Mohawk gets 2 early touchdowns from Jay Ronan to Bobby Fadden. Makes Bobby Fadden the single-season receiving touchdowns record holder. Yes, we're only 6 games into the year. That's his 11th touchdown of the year. Looked like Mohawk was going to go into the break with a shutout, but a interception went through the hands of Retort, picked off by Elijah Palmer-McCain, returned down to the 2-yard line, and he punched it in himself on the very next play. It was 14-6. It looked like it was going to be at the half. The crazy play to end the first half. Mohawk running out of time. The snap with 1 second left goes kind of crazy, bounces past Rona. He runs around like a chicken with his head cut off, to be honest. Throws it up for grabs, and Blake Logan catches it in the end zone for the walk-off touchdown, and that kind of took the wind out of the sails of this Elwood City team, I think.
Oh, there's no question about it.
Lisk lowers the boom, picks up another 5 or 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 10 coming up.
I'm going to say, get about half the yardage back on that penalty, on that carry there by List. And it keeps the clock moving. I mean, that's what they want to do. They got 40 seconds in between plays. You know, they're just going to run that clock down and hand it off. They may throw the ball here on 3rd down and long. But needless to say, they just want that clock continue to run. That is the 12th man in this game when you're up this big.
Saw Lightning Leighton Wagner make his way off the field, the tight end. He is racing in his spare time. That's what his future probably holds.
A little grease lightning.
He races a 410 sprint car since he was 12 years old. Rona does look to throw here on 3rd down. Now rolling out to his right. Throw.
Has a man open.
It's Logan. Why not?
Yeah, he's been fantastic tonight. He has been the #1 receiver here tonight for Mohawks. Jay Rona, as he just takes total advantage of Rona. Every time he needs a big play, he has found Blake Logan. Logan has caught, I got about 8 catches. I was going to say 8 catches here tonight, including that miraculous miracle touchdown at the end of the first half. And every time they need a big play, he has found #5 here tonight.
8 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown for Blake Logan. What a game he has had. Just to put it in perspective, Tim, he had 9 catches total coming into the game on the whole season.
Well, every game has a story to tell. It's his story.
Sam Liss is going to make it his story with a 30-yard touchdown to put a little icing on the cake.
Yeah, that's exactly what Mohawk wanted, to get the ball into List's hand and let him take advantage. Once he broke containment of the line of scrimmage, it was just a sprint to the end zone, and Sam took total advantage of it, put it into that blue end zone of Elwood City to increase the lead now to over 30 points here, and they'll look to add 1 more with Wilkins' point after.
5 plays, 52 yards. That's Sam List's first touchdown of the season. Wilkins just inside the left upright. 38-6 is your score. Whistles after the play.
No flags.
Yeah,
that's
right.
there is. Okay, yeah, by his foot. Yeah, right.
Looks like teams are going to go to the sideline. It is a low block against Mohawk.
Oh, interesting. Going to make him kick it again? Or are they going to penalize on the kickoff?
I
think you have to kick it again, don't you?
I don't know the ruling on a conversion foul like that.
I think they're going to give him the option.
Yeah, they're going to put it on the kickoff. So the
Yeah.
kick will be good. 38-6 your score. We're going to step aside. Be back in a moment with the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Did you know that 300,000 people in southwestern Pennsylvania are food insecure, including nearly 80,000 children? Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is here to meet this need. Through school breakfast and lunch, backpack, and summer food programs, the food bank's mission is to end hunger in our region. To learn more information, get help, or donate, call 412-460-FOOD or visit pittsburghfoodbank.org. Let's come together to make sure no child goes to bed hungry.
Kickoff from 15 yards further back goes to about the 13-yard line, taken there by Elwood City. Pierce goes to the far sideline. Going to get out, dragged out of bounds by Nail at the 38. Flags on the return will probably push this one back a little bit as well, Tim.
Yeah, probably a block in the back type scenario as he went wide to the right. And that will cost them another 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So instead of staring out around the 35-yard line, close to the 40, they'll probably start back inside their own 25.
Well, Tim, you know what the headline is going to be at the end of this one. It's you have a WPIAL's leading rusher. He's averaging about 30 carries per contest.
And he didn't get the ball tonight.
10 carries for 32 yards. I mean,
they took him away.
Yeah, that's what I was going to try to say.
Yeah.
Mohawk is the one taking him away more than it is that Elwood's not giving him the ball.
Exactly. I mean, they just took their best player away from him. Made them more one-dimensional team. Put the pressure on Smiley to become the playmaker. And not that he can't do it. It's just, you need to be able to run the ball as much as you're able to pass the ball.
Handoff up the middle. Not a lot of room on that first down carry. And the rushing yards are what's going to be absolutely hilarious to look at the end, just because it's impressive how well they have defensed the Elwood City rushing attack. Again, the leading rusher.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a really controlled offense here today. Really, what Pierce is the leading rusher tonight for Elwood City?
No, he's had a couple of catches, but no, not the leading rusher. It is Palmer McCain now, 11 carries for 36 yards. Gagrich had 3 early carries that were something promising, but overall, yeah, 36 yards rushing for McCain. The other 4 rushers have a combined 5 yards.
Yeah. They're under 50 yards for the game. I mean, that's just shocking. We're a team where it averages, close to 200 yards a game?
Oh, easily.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. I think just like I said, the old adage of football is you try to take away their most dynamic player away from them on offense defensively and change their game plan, and they did that tonight. You got to give a lot of credit to Mohawk, but we've seen this Mohawk defense the last few weeks, for about the last month, really come alive and be challenged and done a great job. And they've done it again here tonight, giving up only 6 points so far here tonight with just under 6 minutes here to play in the fourth quarter.
Was that 34-7, that final score you just saw, Tim?
34-6.
34-6, Farrell beating Wilmington. Throw out towards the flat, well defensed, knocking it away with the right hand. How about that, reaching around to knock it away there by number 21. That's Cole McDaniel.
Yeah, McDaniel made a nice play on the ball. Just reached around and swatted it down. Really A perfect defensive play. That's what you want to see. You're getting a lot of players now getting an opportunity to get some playing time under the Friday night lights, which is great to see. You get some experience a road game on the underneath the lights. You're going to love this. It's going to be an easy ride home here for Mohawk here tonight.
Walters makes the catch. Good job to turn up field and move the chains. Gets from the 23 out to the 33, so a gain of 10. Fourth completion to Walters on the game.
Yeah, you just get, again, Walters has been their biggest target here tonight. He's gotten open a few times, and unfortunately they couldn't deliver the ball to him, but every time he's gotten close to it, he's made a nice play on it.
Pass on near side, Walters again juggling, but makes the catch before Cash Stratton drags him down to the turf.
Going with a little kind of hurry-up offense here, quick passes, getting it out to Walters, trying to get 5-6 yards and continue this drive. They started deep in their territory. They're now out to their own 35.
And if nothing else, this is simulated practice at this point. You're trying some new things out.
You never give up. You may not be able to make the comeback, but you never give up because you want to be able to find things to be positive about.
I mean, talk about positive work. Ethan Patterson has been a workhorse, really. Hasn't had many touches offensively all year as the senior. This one, he brings it all the way across midfield for a 20-yard pickup.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. I mean, when he's had the opportunities, they used them both in the passing game and in the rush game. And that's going to be another thing that, they can maybe add to their repertoire going forward here for Elwood City.
Handoff, waiting for it is Patterson, fighting forward. He'll get down inside the 40, mark him down to the 39 for another pickup. Make it 8 yards on this one.
Yeah. Like I said, when you concentrate on just one runner, the other becomes a valuable player, and that's exactly what has been shown here on this drive.
And Tim, let's talk about this real quick. Elwood City is basically 1 year behind where Mohawk was last year. A lot of juniors playing last year. A 4-5 team is what Mohawk finished up as, making the playoffs. This one trying to go junior to junior connection. I'd say that's one of the seniors. One of the few seniors is Michael Walters making the leaping catch down at the 17-yard line.
You got to give a lot. There's a flag down. Unfortunately, this one's going to come back with a holding call as back at the line of scrimmage. But I was going to say that's Smiley. That's one of his best passes of the game as he threw that one right on target where only his receiver could make the play on the ball, and he made a great play in Walters. Unfortunately, at the end of the play, he got some dings, and we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully he is okay and going forward here. But unfortunately, that play is going to come back and be nullified by that penalty.
Looks like a cramp. They thought he got rid of it, and he tried to get up and was unable to do so. So they're going to tend to him. But to finish the thought, Tim, there's 18 juniors on this Elwood City team. Many of them started as freshmen. Even more of them started as sophomores.
Yeah.
And, I mean, most of these
the fruition of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it takes. I mean, it's a difficult scenario for some schools to go through because you bring in a whole new class, and they're young, they're inexperienced, they're going against more experienced teams, they're getting beat up, but you got to hang in there. You got to believe in the system, you got to believe in the coaching staff and the players, and you're seeing some of that come to light here. We're seeing some plays here today. We're seeing a team, coming in at 3-2, coming into this contest. So there's some light in the tunnel here for Elwood City. There's no question about that.
Let's step aside here for a moment as they tend to Walters. It's 38-6 late here at lcsportsnet.com.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
And give a shout out to all of our great sponsors. You see them all over there on the side of your screen. 38-6 your score here with 4:16 remaining here in the fourth quarter with Tim Continenza alongside. Able to hobble off and now getting more cramp tending work is Michael Walters. 5 catches for 64 yards for him. New ball carrier up the gut, fighting his way forward is Anthony Barbario, a sophomore.
A nice pickup there. Gets close to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, give him a gain of 3 on that. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 or 4 to go. So Mohawk will get 5 straight wins now and 3-0 at the top of the conference. Neshannock also won tonight. They're 3-0. So a couple Lawrence County teams leading the MAC.
Yeah.
Near side, this is Pierce on the carry. Gets inside the 35 down to the 33. We'll move the chains. That's going to be a big game to look at. I believe that's week 9 to end the season. Yes, it is.
Yeah. We're getting to that nitty-gritty part of the second half of the season where every week's going to have a big story to tell about the conference championships and the playoff positions for these schools. And it's going to be really fun to watch here in the next few weeks.
Next week is a huge one for the Warriors. Talk about that after Barbario up the middle, inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line.
You know, we haven't mentioned that we're doing a Harry Carey style, as I like to say, out in the stands
Yeah.
here tonight.
Yeah, we
at
are.
Elwood City, and what a beautiful night, though. We couldn't ask for a better scenario. I just want to give a shout out to the football gods there that taking care of us here with no downpours.
Well, do me a favor then and say those prayers for next week, too, because we're going to be in Bessemer for that game
Yeah.
against Beaver Falls, so we'll be up on the roof again.
Exactly. I kind of figured we've been outside a lot this year.
Well, you know what? When you've had some big games here at Elwood City and we're out in the elements, Union, we've been out in the elements, and now up at Mohawk especially, we've had a couple of good ones.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
The nutcase to my right says, give me more games out in the cold. That's Ashley Pistachio running the graphics for you right now, your producer.
Yeah.
3rd down.
She's giving us that sour nut look.
Nice run up the middle. Bouncing off
What a
tacklers
move.
is Dante Pierce, his best run of the night.
Yeah, he's, you know, you could call this mop-up role, but you know what? It matters because it's all going to be on film. They're all going to talk about what they're doing right, what they've done wrong tonight, but they need some positives, and this is a drive to get some positive. They got to get it into the end zone here. The scoreboard really doesn't matter as much as what you want to achieve. High snap.
And it wasn't ready for it, I don't think, with Smiley, and wisely just goes and falls down on it before 58. That's Braden Radsminski who was coming down on him. A loss of 10, though, and there it is. As soon as things start to go right there, Tim.
That has been a story for Elwood City here tonight. You know, it's 1 step up, 2 steps back has been part of the problem here tonight with penalties, and unfortunately they're the bad snap, and it's really hurt them.
Handoff back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Ball carrier there was Davin McClure, a sophomore, getting his first carry of the day. I mean, there are 2 plays that were just absolutely backbreaking, I think, for this Elwood City team. Obviously, we talked about the one to end the first half, but the diving interception by Boston when Elwood was looking to go and score on their first drive of the game, again, I think also kind of took the wind out of the sails a little bit as a handoff up the middle. Big room on the left-hand side, going for the pylon. Is he in?
He's a little short.
Just shy.
They're going to mark him out at the 1-yard line.
That's Richard Curitin. We've called his name on defense. Curitin gets the carry there. 23 yards inside the 1. Down to a minute to play. That is the first carry of the year for Curitin.
All right.
He stands to the right of Smiley here on 1st and goal. Fake to him. Handoff, second man through into the end zone. Goes Anthony Barbario for the 1-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Barbario goes untouched, basically. Able to cut left and go right up the middle into the end zone. And the Wolverines get back on the scoreboard. It's been a while since they've been on, but at least they get back on here. They have something to show on the films, and they faced a little adversity on that drive with some penalties and some bad situations with the bobble snap, but that's important to recover.
That was a 15-play scoring drive, now trying to get the conversion, and he will get the conversion, is Curitin. Good job by Ricky Curitin. Get him down there and then get the conversion. Makes it 38-14. We'll step aside back in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. Oh, maybe not.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
So now we'll see if Elwood takes the opportunity to maybe try an onside kick or if they'll just boot it deep and put this game to rest. It's going to be a high pooch kick taken at the 22-yard line, and just going down with it is a retort. With 54 seconds remaining, Tim, just some quick thoughts of we'll break it all down in our Tri-County Principals post-game show. Just some quick thoughts here before we get into all the nitty-gritty.
Well, you got to give it up for Mohawk. Just played a complete game. They had just the one turnover. Really just put Elwood City in scoring position in the second quarter. But other than that, this defense has just done a terrific job. And then, Jay Rona, what can you say? I mean, just a phenomenal night again. Just making plays with his feet, with his arm, getting the balls to his teammates. It's been a joy to watch. But this defense, to me, has been really the story of the game here tonight. Victory formation coming up here and snapping the genuflect there by Rona.
5 gets the get 5 to play and 3 to play.
Yeah.
5 to play, 4 to player. Now to do it one more time, Tim.
One more snap here, and we'll put us in the W column here for Mohawk as they'll move to 5-1 on the season.
Record-breaking night for Jay Rona, Bobby Fadden, and the Mohawk Warriors. 38-14 is your final score. We'll wrap it all up when we return. The Tri-County Principals post-game show when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenoliopo or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Time for our Tri-County Principals post-game show here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, with a 38-14 victory for the Mohawk Warriors here tonight over Elwood City. I'm James Dotson with Tim Continenza. Tim, craziness right off the bat. Mohawk takes the opening drive right down the field, but they're stopped on 4th down. Elwood City surprises us. They go with a couple deep pass plays. They get down inside the 3-yard line. Actually got down to the 1-yard line, but a diving interception by Justin Boston really set the tone for the rest of the game, because that led to a 97-yard scoring drive. Jay Ronan and Bobby Fadden, the 2 times they connected, first scores. A 9-play scoring drive on their next time with the football for Mohawk. It was 14-0. Looked like that's what we were going to get going into the half. but Elwood City gets the break they need. A pass that goes through the hands of a Mohawk receiver, intercepted by Elijah Palmer McCain. Returns it to the 2. He punches it into the end zone. All of a sudden, Tim, you feel like momentum has all of a sudden shifted right back to Elwood and that they're in great shape, trailing by 1 to go into the half, or so it felt like.
Yeah, it did. It felt real important. That tip interception there by Palmer McCain was so impressive because it came right after Mohawk just intercepted a ball, and it was on the next play that they got the interception back, and they sets them up at the 2-yard line as Palmer McCain goes into the end zone to score, make it 14-6. And you're thinking, this is a ball game, and the Wolverines are right back in it, and then magic happens.
Magic happens. Mohawk gets it down the field. They run a play with about 12 seconds left where Rona runs, slides. They go. It looks like they're going to spike the ball, but then there's confusion. Do they spike it or are they running the play for the end zone? Well, the snap happens with 1 second left. It's a low snap, rolls past Rona. He goes all the way back to about the 40-yard line. The play began at the 15. Rona was back past the 40, throws it up for grabs as he's getting hit, and somehow it comes down into the hands of Blake Logan to make the catch to really just deflate anything that was left in that momentum from Elwood City. Completely gone on that 16-yard touchdown.
And Blake Logan, that just capped off the first half where he's just on fire, really the number 1 target for Jay Rona all evening, but in the first half he caught like 5 or 6 passes and just really capped it off with that touchdown catch, that Hail Mary pass into the far end zone here, and it was just exactly what they needed. And once that happened, it was just a matter of really taking the wind out of the sails of the Wolverines, and they never did recover after that. Really what I call a magical play there as that Hail Mary came through into the hands of Blake Logan.
Let's just go right into that right there, Tim. It made it 21-6 at halftime. That is your Maley Chiropractic play of the game.
Yes, it is. Our Maley Chiropractic is proud to present tonight's Play of the Game award to Blake Logan of Mohawk. Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Blake here tonight for tonight's Play of the Game, and he'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on the Trip Live High School Sports Network, Standout platform, and on Twitter and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and a full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Blake Logan for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Mohawk would extend that lead. Dante Retord, beautiful back shoulder throw from Jay Rona, made it 28-6. That was the record breaker in terms of single season total touchdowns. Now 24 on the year for Jay Rona after that one. Made it 28-6. It was extended to 31-6 early in the fourth quarter on a Josh Wilkins 26-yard field goal. Sam Lisk gets on the scoring board with a late touchdown run from 30 yards out. 38-6 to score at that point. And then on the final drive, Elwood City, credit to them, kept fighting. Anthony Barbario, one of a few players getting in there. He gets a 1-yard touchdown run. Ricky Curitin gets the conversion, capping off a 15-play drive. 38-14, your final score. Some quick numbers. Chris Smiley, I have him at 12 of 14 for 171 yards. No touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions, also had a fumble lost. Here's, first, 5 catches for 64 yards from Michael Walters to lead the way. The stunning stat line, Elijah Palmer McCain, the WPIAL's leading rusher coming into tonight, held to just 36 yards on 11 carries. Mohawk basically said the game plan, we're not letting him beat us. And they did it almost to perfection.
They did. And they did the old Bill Belichick thing. I'm going to take your best player away. How are you going to react? And they did it to perfection here tonight. They took, as you mentioned, the leading rusher in the WPIAL out of the game. And in the process, they really, that defense led the way here tonight. The big scores on the scoreboard, yes, with 38 points, but it was really the story of the defense here tonight for Mohawk.
Yeah, it really was. In the end, still a pretty good offensive total in terms of yards for Elwood City. They still end up, Tim, with 271 total yards of offense, but Mohawk puts up 435, led by Jay Rona. 21 of 39 passing for 276 yards, 4 touchdowns and interceptions, so he maintains that 4-to-1 touchdown ratio. Leading receiver Blake Logan, 8 catches for 96 yards. He had 9 catches for the season coming into this game. Dante Retort, 5 for 66 and a touchdown. Bobby Fadden catches 2 passes, both for touchdowns as well. But with that, 276 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jay Rona, no questions asked. He is your MVP Insurance MVP of the game.
Yeah, impressive night here for Jay as he officially adds 39% of his attempts here tonight for the season. Came in with 100 through 39 here tonight. MVP Insurance MVP Game Award. The MVP Insurance is proud to present a Player of the Game Award to Jay Rona of Mohawk. MVP Insurance and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Jay here tonight with tonight's Player of the Game, and he'll receive a customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being tonight's Player of the Game. To view a few lists of this year's Player of the Game, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Player of the Game. Congratulations to Jay Rona of Mohawk for being tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance. Call MVP for the win.
38-14 your final. Mohawk 5 wins in a row. They're top of the conference standings, 3-0 with Neshannock, and they got the big one, hosting Beaver Falls next week. Elwood City home yet again. They host New Brighton next week before they end up hosting Beaver Falls the week following. Special thanks to everyone here at Elwood City getting us set up here on a beautiful night out on the porch. Again, thanks to Ashley Pistachio, Darren Heberlin, and Josh Toman, our incredible production crew. We actually had something for your wall photography, got some photos here tonight as well, so shout out to her. Make sure you check out select photos from tonight's game on our website as well. Oh, and Tweety Bird, Katie Walzer, getting all those score updates on the bottom line. Can't go without thanking her as well. And, of course, thanking everybody watching at home, live or archived, at lcsportsnet.com. We'll be back at it next week. We'll be at Bessemer for sure. The other game, to be determined. I believe we'll be at the other 3-0 team, though. I think we'll be having Neshannock hosting Freedom. And make sure you stay tuned there because we also have both of these schools' volleyball. Tim will be on the call with Lee Moan for that one on Tuesday.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, some volleyball action coming for sure this week as well. Check it all out at lcsportsnet.com. But one final time, your score here, 38-14. Glad you could join us. Mohawk victorious on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.